McClellan Lions and the Pulaski Academy Bruins. It's a beautiful 53 degrees out here. Lots of people bundled up, but it's a lot warmer than it was last week.
Certainly. Now, you said this is a quarterfinal game. The buzz surrounding it does not feel like a quarterfinal game.
No, it does not. That's right.
I mean, the talk, even before this game actually was scheduled to go forward, before the teams had actually beaten their respective opponents last week, people were already pointing out, hey,
that's going to be the one to watch. Right.
Yeah.
And that's no surprise. There's lots of, I was talking to some of the coaches earlier today. There is a lot of there's a lot of athletic, energy around this game, but there's a lot of, let's say, emotional energy around this game. These two teams have played together against each other in the championship game 2 of the last 3 years at War Memorial Stadium. So what you're seeing right now is just basically a repeat, if you will, of that state championship game that we've already seen before. Now, one of the things to watch for this McClellan team is they are tough. They are big. They are very large. Looking across their roster, you see numbers in the high 100s. There's several in the 200s. You've got 290, 292, 330. How about this one? Selby Lee, defensive lineman, sophomore. He's 5'11", 400 pounds.
Goodness gracious. Well, and I mean, we saw them out in the field earlier. They were not small. And it kind of not surprising to know that they're one of the, if not the toughest defensive team in 5A. I was looking over their stats and what we had available to us. Getting specific stats was kind of difficult. There wasn't anything out there, but they are just averaging just shy of allowing 9 points per game. I mean, they're basically a touchdown and a field goal. The most points scored against them this year was, and they're only lost against Arkansas High School, and they allowed 21 points, which 7 of those points were on the game-winning fumble recovery. So it wasn't even like a defensive failure so much as, an offense gave up the ball and the other team was able to run it in. So, on the other hand, you have PA, which we're all familiar with how good they are offensively. So you kind of have the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. There's an immovable, whichever way it is.
That's it.
That's what we see tonight.
Last week they played Alma here at Pulaski Academy. Hey, it took me about 2 or 3 hours of broadcasting, but I finally got it right. But that was a good team to play against. And, last week we had lots of good numbers put up. We had Chris Connell actually showing out for the defense last week. He had the big numbers. He had 9 assists with 4.5 tackles. Looking around, I don't see who it was that had the biggest numbers. I'm trying to remember who that was.
Jayden Kelly had 136 yards on rushing on only 7 carries and 2 touchdowns. But I'll tell you what's more impressive about not just him but the rushing game in general was that figure, that 136 was not even half of the total rushing yards by the Bruins in that game.
Wow.
That was part of a team rushing attack that tallied up 289 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns.
Now, another player that had some big numbers was Hudson Henry.
Yep, I got him down to 6 catches for 108 yards and a touchdown. He had certainly stood out after, throughout the season it's been like he's only, performed when they needed him. And, last week he decided it's playoff time. Let's show them what I got.
Now, one player that just didn't show out last week. Now, just last week. Mm-hmm. Now, the rest of the season, I think that he's been very impressive. But just last week alone, we didn't see a lot from J.D. White.
No.
Now, of course, he still leads the team in receptions with 1,227 yards with receptions alone. But I expect that we'll see him shine again tonight.
Well, and I was watching them practicing earlier, and some of the freshmen were throwing the ball back and forth, and one of them threw it over the receiver's head, and the ball took a weird bounce, and one of the PA player walking by just reaches out, and I mean, it was just like palms it, almost like the Force, like it was in Star Wars or something. And I look at it, and there's number 5 on the back. I'm like, yeah, obviously it's going to be J.D. White there.
Right.
Or should we call him Jedi White?
Jedi White.
So I guess we got about 10 minutes until game time here. Do we want to go ahead and take a quick break?
Well, let's look. Let's see any other numbers we want to look at. Merritt Jones received 6 passes for 64 yards last week. I think, again, we're going to have some good offensive yards on this game.
They're going to need it. They're going to need all the help they can get against this McClellan defense.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break. we'll be right back to cover some more information before the game gets started, and we'll get this one going. You're listening to Pulaski Academy Bruin football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. We're getting things started here. We've just had the invocation as well as the national anthem. They're now playing the alma mater for Pulaski Academy. And actually, they're playing the alma mater for McClellan first. They have their band across the field. They're in the bandstand. And looks like everyone on our side of the field is getting ready. Lots of folks bundled up. I see a couple of folks out there in The one, yeah, there's at least two that are down there in Christmas pajamas.
Tis the season.
Tis the season indeed.
If you're one of those that celebrates it too early, but not that I'm judging or anything.
Right. No. Hey, do it.
No.
I like it. I was actually guilty of playing Christmas music in the office this week. I was working late and nobody else was there, and so I had it jamming. So it was a lot of fun. Of course, these two teams, they've met in the past.
Yes, yeah. And while we're waiting for him to come on the field, I wanted to kind of go over. I was looking at the stats from last year's game and kind of watched a little bit of it on YouTube. The full game is actually available for those of y'all that, want some halftime entertainment. Just want some more football if you can't get enough.
Sure.
In that game, just for the record, not a single Bruins player that's playing tonight actually scored a touchdown during that game.
Oh, interesting.
So there's I believe Lane Hatcher, and I can't remember who else was in the mix, but they only ran for 54 yards.
Huh.
And Lane Hatcher actually threw 3 interceptions. So to give you an idea, I mean, that's kind of what they faced last year as far as how good this defense is. I saw a lot of seniors on that roster, so there's a lot of them that probably remember that.
Right.
Now for the good, just for comparison, this year, last year there was only one game that the Bruins had more than 150 yards rushing. This year there have been only 3 games that they have not cracked that threshold. They had 146 against Ridgeway, extremely close. 147 against Harbor, also close. And, of course, 91 in the weather-shortened game against J.A. Fair. So I think a much more balanced attack tonight is going to help them try to crack that defense and maybe get a little more points and get ahead as opposed to having to play from behind like they did last year. Now, as far as players that did play, there's some interesting stats I came across. J.D. White, I'm sure many of you will remember, was the hero of that game. He had 2 interceptions, an onside kick recovery, 3 tackles, and 5 catches for 80 yards.
Wow.
So, yeah, he was playing both ways. Braden Bradshaw did play some, and he basically played he actually had 2 catches for 21 yards, and he was also back in the shotgun alongside Lane Hatcher for several of the plays, so they kind of had a dual threat going back there. We haven't seen anything like that with Bradshaw or Bruffett this year.
Right.
Maybe we could.
Now, was that long enough? Was that still in the era where Isarius Woods was in the game?
Not on the offensive side.
Right.
On the defensive side.
Okay.
He had 9 tackles.
Interesting.
Yeah. So as a freshman, he played in the championship game, had 9 tackles, and of course, I don't think we've seen him on the defensive side this year. Only on the offense, and only back in the shotgun or back in the
Right. Now, looking at some of the other stats, McClellan has only allowed a total of 98 points this year, which on average is just shy of 9 points per game. Is there anyone else that's come close to that?
Not that I think Harrison is.
Okay. Has anyone beaten that 9?
I don't know. As far as like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Arkansas High School I mentioned earlier. Yeah, they had 21 points, and there's been a few teams that got 14 or 15 here and there, but no one scored more than 21 points against them this year, and that was the only loss that they had. And Arkansas High School, of course, is the #1 seed out of the South this year, and I believe, let's see here, they are playing. Who are they playing tonight?
Who are you talking about?
Arkansas High School.
I was distracted here. They're playing Little Rock Christian tonight.
Little Rock Christian.
Right.
Is that no, that's going to be at
Arkansas. That's down in Texarkana because they're the #1 seed.
So the Warriors took that. That's about, what, 2.5 hour drive down there?
Right.
Oh, well, what other games are there for tonight, by the way? You got that?
Yeah, I've got that right here. So we have Blytheville. They're playing Morrilton at Blytheville. Morrilton, of course, is #2 in the West, and Blytheville is #1 in the East. They're playing like I said, in Blytheville. Then you have Little Rock Christian, who traveled down to Texarkana to play Arkansas High School. Little Rock Christian is #2 in 5A Central. Just had Connected show up here. We've got #1 in the South is Arkansas High School, Texarkana. We have Wynn and Harrison playing tonight. They're playing at Harrison because Harrison is #1 in the West. Wynn is #2 in the East. And then, of course, you have Pulaski Academy and McClellan playing here tonight.
Well, and the winner of this game will play the winner of that Harrison and Wynn game.
Interestingly enough, I just saw 2 days ago on Twitter that the Harrison Goblins football Twitter account, they actually put out there that they invited their students to go ahead and start signing up to join the pep bus to come down to Pulaski Academy next week. Now, of course, they've still got to get through win to get here, but I think they're looking past win. I don't know that they're even looking at that as a problem. They think they're going to roll over them. I don't know. Maybe they're just being prepared.
That's a little bit of confidence there, I would say. Well, they're making a trip up here either way, I guess, if you will. But
yeah,
so
because they'll be playing either McClellan or Pulaski Academy. That's true.
But they specifically named Pulaski Academy.
Now, let's see. That's not true because Harrison is a number 1 seed and McClellan is a number 2 seed.
Oh, so the game would be – no,
so
you're right.
The game would be in Harrison if McClellan wins.
Interesting. So we do know that if
so they're not only predicting that they win, they're predicting that Pulaski Academy wins.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that one bit.
Well, Brooks, join us. Jump in there.
I'm jotting down.
Someone's actually paying attention to what's happening on the field. What do you got for us, Brooks?
That's crazy.
Okay, PA won the toss, and they are going to receive and defend the east goal. And tonight's captains for PA were number 25, 43, 12, and 4.
That's Kate Jones. 43 is Grant Pino. 12, of course, is Braden Bratcher, and number 4 is Merritt Jones.
Okay, and then for McClellan, we had number 10 and number 4 as their team captains tonight.
All right. Number 10 for McClellan, that's Damian Martin Jr., and you said number 12?
10 and 4.
And 4, that's Caleb Hendricks. Both of those gentlemen are seniors this year, so good to see the seniors getting to get back out there and represent their school, especially in the playoff time. We'll have some scores from, like I said, Blytheville and Harrison and Texarkana as well. As those come in from Fearless Friday, we'll have those for you right here. The Bruins moving from right to left in front of us. They're going to get the ball first. We're getting ready to kick this one off. One of the officials having some last-minute words with the Lions before they kick off to the Bruins.
What do you think they're discussing down there?
Not quite sure. Maybe they didn't like the football, or he brought an extra one out. And he said, no, this one's fine. I'm not sure what it is.
Is it like a kennel up? You get a knock on them and see which one?
Well, there's the whole, what do you call that? The inflate gate, or is it, maybe he's out there testing it one last time.
The Brady ball.
It looks like we're going to, I believe number 24 is going to be lining up for the kickoff for the
It's Jeremiah Akins. He's a junior, 5'10", 175 pounds.
Listed as a running back, linebacker, and a kicker.
There's the kick. It's up in the air, deep kick. It comes down at about the 18-yard line. It's fielded by Dylan Allison. He makes his way to the 30-yard line, scrambling to the left side of the field, and is forced out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will start their offensive drive for this game.
That was an excellent return by him. Found a little running room on that left side and was able to finagle his way out for close to the midfield line, at least the 40-yard line.
The offensive line for the Bruins includes number 71, Wesley Coleman, 54, Chase McCarver, 61, Thomas Vaughn, 74, Luke Hawes, and number 72, Caleb Smith. Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. He has Jaden Kelly to his right. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. The pass is complete to Jaden Kelly. He's at the 40, at the 45, and is forced out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 49-yard.
Bratcher did a good job of actually pump faking to the right side and then just kind of found Kelly out to the left side for a couple more yards. He had McCarver out there, Chase McCarver, I believe it was, out there in front to block for him. Well-designed play to start off the drive. It's
a first down for the Bruins. This time, Bratcher has 1 receiver to the left, 4 to the right. There's the snap. He's looking to the right side. There's the pass. It was intended for Hudson Henry, but it bounced off the hands of number 15, Jordan Harris of the McClellan Lions.
I don't think he realized what had happened because after that ball went out of his hands, he probably kicking himself, and that was number 2, Jalen Williams, actually, I think, that missed the free interception there.
Here comes another one. This time they have everyone close in. There's the snap. He looks to pass to J.D. White, but he had lots of pressure in the backfield, so he was not able to connect with J.D.
Yes, they sent 5, including like number 52, I think I saw off the right side, that was ultimately pressured him to overthrowing the receiver.
Mason Cobb comes out and looks like Woods comes in his place.
He's at the tight end position there. That's
interesting. And now Jaden Kelly comes out, and Nate Cumming goes in his place. So now you have 2 to the left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. He's looking to the right side. Better look out behind him. Lots of pressure. He's scrambling out of the pocket. He's going to run, and he makes his way up to about the 50-yard line. He might gain a yard on that one, but that will bring up 4th down.
Well, and they had Mason Cobb and Azarius Woods out there on the end
of the line.
Yeah. And I guess they're basically playing as almost a block and I don't know, how do you want to call it, like a blocking / outlet pass, outlet receiver. Not something we've seen this year.
No, it's not. They're pulling out all the stops for the McClellan. Here's 4th down, 9 yards to go, 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers on either side. There's the snap. He's rolling to the left side. There's the pass. There it's complete to J.D. White at the 40-yard line. Let's see. That will move the chains. 1st down, Bruins. They needed that one.
Yeah, when in doubt, you go to your go-to man, I guess.
That's right.
In that case, he actually had J.D. White and Hudson Henry out there on the left side. He kind of rolled out to that left side as well, and it was pretty clear the ball was going to go to one of those 2 receivers.
Bratcher again in the shotgun. This time he has Azarius Woods to his right side. Twins on either side. There's the snap. Goes to Woods. Woods forces his way over the 40-yard line. Looks like they'll mark it at about the 38. That'll be good for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
As Woods comes off, Jaden Kelly comes back on, and looks like the Bruins have decided they're going to pick up the pace a little bit here.
It looks to me like Jaden Kelly is in position to receive it. Nope, he just took the handoff and went right up the middle.
Well,
that was snapped to Bratcher, and he handed it off right to him.
And there's a couple flags on the field. They did not get one of the defenders did not get off, so they had too many men on the field. Now, I'm guessing the rules aren't the same as college. In college, since the Bruins substituted a player, usually the defense would have to be given time, but that was not the case here.
Right. Now, and I know also in NCAA rules, if they're moving off the field and they are out of the way of the play, that it's, of course, that's very vague description, but that's the way it is. And so it is. It's a judgment call. So that did give them another 5 yards. So it's 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. Here's Bratcher, man in motion. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. Pass is complete to J.D. White, and he's forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line by, looked like number 1. Was that right? Yeah, Xavier Morgan, who also serves as the quarterback for the Lions.
He is the quarterback?
Yeah.
I thought I saw Jalen Williams is also listed as a quarterback too.
And there's another one down here, Jordan Harris.
Okay, so they have
that brings them to 3rd down and probably less than a yard. There's the snap. He's looking to the left side. There's the pass to the left. It's complete to J.D. White at the 25-yard line, where he's pulled down immediately again by Xavier Morgan.
Oh, and just keeping the drive alive at this point. It's 2 straight conversions on 3rd or 4th down, which has been the bread and butter, if you will, of the Bruins offense this year.
That'll bring up 1st down for the Bruins. Once again, Bratcher in the shotgun. He has 3 to the left, 2 to the right. There's the snap. Pass is intended for J.D. White. He was at the 5-yard line, and it kind of bounced right off of his fingertips. So they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I mean, that was a very well-placed pass by Bratcher, and very unusual to see J.D. White not come up with a pass like that. But there was a lot of traffic down there, so he may have just not seen the ball leave Bratcher's hand. But he was certainly calling for it. So
I think they're all hungry for the ball on this one. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has Kelly to his left side. Excuse me. That snap goes to Kelly. He's going to run it himself. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Bruins. Jaden Kelly with that solo run.
That might make it on some news tonight.
Right.
That was a bit of a highlight there. He made at least 2 different tacklers miss on that run into the end zone.
So with 9 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Jalen Kelly gets the Bruins on the board.
Well, it looks like Braden Bratcher's staying out there, and Jaden Kelly's right out there with them. We don't know who's going to get the snap here this time. Looks like Bratcher's calling for it.
Yep, Bratcher has the ball. He's looking to pass to the middle, and it's complete to Hudson Henry. The 2-point passing conversion is good. The Bruins lead this one 8-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins leading this one 8-0 with 9:43 remaining in the first quarter. That scoring drive for the Bruins was a 9-play, 62-yard drive that resulted in a 24-yard touchdown run by Jaden Kelly. Took 2 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Here is Savannah Goodwin to kick. She has the ball on its belly, and it's going to spin all the way to the 50-yard line where it's finally touched by one of the Lions. I believe they did come up with the ball. So they'll have possession. It's actually inside the 50, so they'll take possession at the Bruins' 49-yard line.
That was a very impressive decision by Broderick Lacey, number 11, for the Crimson Lions to jump on that ball, because he actually jumped on it before it got into the 10-yard line, and pretty much there was at least 8 or 9 players surrounding that ball waiting to see what it was going to do. It looked like it was going to go beyond the 10-yard line, so he just made the decision to go ahead and jump on it.
That was smart. He could have probably jumped out there a little further, but I don't know if they know that it's okay to do that.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it a couple times this year, and I think it confused at least one referee one time.
Right. Referee on the far side of the field is trying to scoot everyone back off of the field. All right. Under center. Number 1, Xavier Morgan. He hands off immediately to number 6, Derek Lloyd Jr. He forces his way across up to about the 47-yard line. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9 to go.
Well, and in reviewing this team, I did learn that they run what's called a flex bone formation. And describing it's a little difficult, but basically the short version is they run it a lot.
Sure.
And one of the Pulaski Academy coaches mentioned that as well that you were talking to. We'll get to that in a minute.
Once again, here's number 1, Xavier Morgan under center. Little shovel pass to number 10, Damian Martin Jr. He runs to the left side of the field, and he is stopped just short of the 45-yard line. He's still going to pick up 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, and that's the kind of stop that we want to see from the Bruins. Don't let them pick it up more than 2 or 3 yards at a time. You know, of course, I kind of anticipate they're just going to be going for it on 4th down every time, especially when they're in Bruin territory.
So he was stopped this time by number 36, Bennett Perkins, along with number 10. No, that can't be right.
Nope.
That wouldn't be Andrew Cobb. That's all right.
Looks like they got a couple guys out wide to the right here.
They do. They have 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. There's the snap. Handoff again goes to number 6, Derek Lloyd Jr. He forces his way up the left side. Flags are coming in from everywhere. That's going to be holding against the Bruins, it looks like.
I think there's going to be a holding penalty, but I think there may have been a face mask penalty at the end, so we may see some offsetting penalties here. I'm not sure because
we'll see what the white hat has to say. I'm not sure if he's mic'd up tonight.
We'll find out in a minute. That is
the referee tonight is Brad Davidson. The umpire, Warren Williams. The linesman, Anthony Renshaw. The line judge is Rodney Maddox. And the back judge is Tony Davis.
Okay, so I guess both the referee and the linesman saw the same thing, because it was, in fact, a holding penalty. So they're now looking at 3rd and about 4 yards to go.
But
here.
it was holding against the Lions.
Yes, holding against the Lions. I'm sorry.
Right. So I was backwards on that one. It'll be 3rd down. It's about 5 yards to go. 4. 3rd and 4. This time they have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan under center. Nope, he's going to keep it himself this time. He's at the 35, at the 30, and he's going to be brought down by the ankle by number 34, Blake Titus.
Oh, and I think Clay James was helped out at or Trent Sawyer, I'm sorry. That was number 9, Trent Sawyer, that helped out at the end there. But that was, primarily a good open field tackle by Blake Titus.
Blake Titus kind of grabbed him by the shoestring and wouldn't let go.
Nope.
And it's a good thing he didn't, because he was moving quickly. He had the hot feet, and he was heading out for the end zone.
Well, and we're seeing now why the Crimson Lions have been a force to reckon with this year.
They certainly have, and Xavier Morgan is one of those players that he's not afraid to run the ball himself, and he can do it.
No.
He's under center again. This time he has number 24, Jeremiah Akins, at the tailback. He hands off to Akins, and he is met immediately by number 14 of the Bruins. That's Jake Terry. Jake Terry is a big fella himself.
Well, and he was helped out by Grant Pino and Chris Connell were in there on the tackle as well. So it was a good team effort to bring him down.
I was looking down at the stats for Terry, and just looking at him across at the other players out there, you can tell he is significantly taller than the others. He's 6'3", 255 pounds. Yeah, he can stop you if he needs to.
Yep. Well, we're going to need him to tonight.
2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Lions. Morgan under center. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Jeremiah Akins. He runs the left side, and he makes his way up to the 20-yard line, where he's brought down by number 3.
I believe that was...
Was that Morgan?
That was a keeper by Morgan, I believe.
He faked me out.
Yeah, he is fast. I mean, getting to that edge is going to be dangerous for the Bruins tonight.
3rd down and about 2 yards to go for the Lions. He keeps again, and he forces his way straight up the middle. It's a scrum. Let's see if they were able to push their way across the line. The Lions are saying they did. Let's see what the referee says.
They're saying 4th down, but they're going to measure it here. Well,
no, he says it's a 1st down.
All right. Well,
they have the ball at the, what is that, about the 18-yard line?
Yep.
1st and 10.
After that impressive drive by the Bruins, McClellan decided to put one on their own.
5:56 remaining in the first quarter and counting. The Lions just now breaking the huddle. 10 seconds on the play clock. Morgan under center. He has Jeremiah Akins at the tailback, has a man in motion. This time, a little shovel pass goes to number 4, Caleb Hendricks. He runs to the left side of the field. Lots of folks are bringing up, they're screaming outside for a hold.
I think they were screaming because the ball was loose on the field. It was a fumble, but none of the Bruin players realized it, and Crimson Lion player was able to jump on it.
2nd down, 1 yard to go for McClellan. Knocking on the door. McClellan able to push the ball up 1 yard, so that'll get them the 1st down that they needed. They'll be spotted at the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for McClellan.
Well, one of the goals for McClellan tonight is going to be ball control and time of possession, and just try to keep the ball out of that dangerous Bruin offense. And, running a dive like that, picking up 2 yards and get that 1st down, keep the clock running. We're almost at 5-minute mark, and we've only seen one scored so far.
That's one of the things that Coach Wyatt told me pregame tonight, was that the Bruins, one of the keys to the game is for the Bruins to stop the dive.
Oh.
And that's what they need to do in this case. Morgan under center. He has a man in motion. Pitch goes to number 4, Caleb Hendricks. He runs the left side. And let's see, it does not look like he broke the plane, but he made his way up to the 1 yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 1 yard line.
I would not be surprised to see another quarterback keeper right here, and just let the big boys up front push his way in.
Yeah, I would put a quarter on that's what's going to happen. He fell down. Let's see. He fell forward. Let's see if he was able to stretch it out. I don't think so.
No, I'm not seeing any signal for a touchdown yet, so.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches. Fuda Shinkawa and Chris Connell with the stop. .403 and counting on the clock here in the first quarter at Pulaski Academy. The Bruins leading 8-0 over McClellan. Morgan under center. There's the snap.
Oh.
This time it goes to, was that 12? No, that's
32.
32, that's right. Josiah Johnson with the carry, and he gets it into the end zone, putting the Lions on the board for the first time.
Well, and I was looking at some of the offensive linemen they had up. Number 55, Deshaun Alexander. It's 5'10", 290 pounds. Had number 72, Kendall Woods, 5'9", 260 pounds. And who was the third one? I believe not Jalen Harris. Who was the center I saw out there?
Looks like they're going for 2. There's the snap. That's number 6 with the carry this time. Yeah, that's number 6 with the carry. Derek Lloyd Jr. makes his way into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. We are tied up at 8 with 3:48 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins and the McClellan Lions are all tied up at 8. 3:48 remaining in the first quarter. We've got a ball game.
I'm not surprised to see one based on the history of these two teams tonight. I was expecting some excitement, and so far we've gotten it.
We certainly have. The Lions are ready to kick off back to the Bruins. They have the ball on a tee. It's going to kick deep. And it's going to be fielded by Dylan Allison at the 21-yard line. He's at the 30, and he was trying to slide, it looks like, right at the 30, where he was hit hard.
I think he zigged when he meant to zag and lost his footing.
That's probably true. Maybe I can't imagine why he would need to slide there. But
no, I think he started to try to make a cut and didn't quite get his footing where he needed to. So if I saw correctly, Caleb Nichols just ran out to join the huddle. Braden Bratcher's still out there. Yep, that is Caleb Nichols out there.
Interesting.
Well, that's the first time we've seen him since his injury.
It is.
Good to see him back on the field.
There's the snap to Bratcher. He passes immediately across to number 24, Caleb Nichols. He runs it up to the 40-yard line and is across. Looks like he'll be spotted at the 45-yard line. That will move the chains. First down for the Bruins.
Well, and Jaden Kelly comes off as Nichols goes back to this. He did play. Okay.
He did play last week.
Don't remember calling his name, but
he wasn't in the game very often, but he was in the game last week. Snap this time goes to Kelly, and he's hit immediately, and the ball comes loose, and the Lions have that one. The ball came loose. He was hit immediately. The snap went to Kelly. He was hit immediately in the backfield, knocked the ball loose, and the McClellan Lions recovered, and they will take possession at the Bruins' 40-yard line.
I'm waiting to see a replay of this one to see if he was down there. He's signaling second down. No, he's signaling for the ball. I thought saw him holding up 2 fingers. No, he was wanting to switch out the ball.
There is a flag on the far side of the field.
Guessing might be
sideline warning against the Lions, and I'm not surprised because he was already talking to them about that before. So that's a sideline warning.
Well, they're understandably going to get pretty excited for a big play like that.
I'm not sure that they saw that here in the stadium. Once again, here is number 1, Xavier Morgan under center. He has Derek Lloyd Jr. in the tailback position. There's the man in motion. Handoff to Morgan's going to keep it himself. He runs to the left side of the field and is brought down on the left hash. Looks like he gained about 1 yard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Oh, and that was a good job by the Bruin defense all around. A couple of guys picked up the bluff up the middle, and then I believe number 14 was in on the initial stop with a couple helpers. Didn't quite catch who it was, but regardless, they finally were able to stop Morgan from picking up more than 5 or 6 yards or more, which is what he's been doing so far tonight.
Here's Morgan under center. Handoff immediately goes to number 6 again, Lloyd. He forces his way up to gain about 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7 to go.
Well, and this flex bone is just really fascinating to watch because they actually line up. They have about 4 guys in the backfield. 2 of them are lined up directly behind either the right tackle and right guard or the left tackle and the left guard. And then they have, of course, the quarterback just under center, and then usually a running back behind him.
There's the snap. Handoff this. Nope, he's going to keep it. That's number 2 with the carry. That's Jalen Williams.
And Jalen Williams is he plays both ways. He actually has 3 interceptions on the year for the Crimson Lion offense, or for the defense, rather. So now they're looking at 4th down and about 4, and this Bruin crowd is getting a little loud.
They most certainly are, and for good reason. 1:47 and counting on the clock here in the first quarter. They're all tied up at 8. Yeah, they are going to punt. That's number 24 that just punt the ball away. And so now it's going to fall right at the 6-yard line, and they're going to let it roll to the 1 and inches before they touch it. So the ball will be at the inch line, almost inside the end zone, that much. Now here's the question. Brooks, maybe you can tell me this one. He was actually standing in the end zone when he reached down to touch the ball.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. It's where the ball is.
I don't think it matters. It's where the ball is.
Okay.
I saw a play in college where a guy was standing out of bounds, had his feet out of bounds, leaned over and grabbed a ball that was still in bounds to get I think it was a penalty called, because it's the equivalent of the ball being kicked out of bounds.
Right.
Extremely fascinating. Only, as you see an image and the guy's literally like reaching out as far as he can, laying down with his feet out of bounds.
Bratcher in the shotgun. There's the snap. Immediately passes across to number 12. He's going to be brought down in the end zone. Waiting for the signal from the referee.
He signaled he got out of the end zone, but it's still basically the same spot it was in.
Yeah.
The Crimson Lions are extremely upset by that call.
The Lions on the field were already signaling a safety. Bratcher again in the shotgun. He has Mason Cobb to his right. Twins on either side, waiting for the snap. There's the snap. And he's going to get sacked. He got pulled down by the face mask. He definitely did. You saw his head go down toward the ground. This face mask was by number, is that 68?
68, and he knows it. He's marching off the field. He is not happy with himself.
He's actually not listed on our roster here. No, that's number 69.
69.
Dontorius Hickey.
6'2", 290 pounds. That's
him. Yeah, so that will get them out of the end zone. So personal foul, face mask against the Lions.
Bruins doing a little bit of a Neo impression here, dodging bullets left and right.
They most certainly are. See, now I'm going to be imagining Braden Bratcher doing that backwards motion, dodging bullets, yeah, in slow motion.
Well, he didn't dodge that bullet, but
41 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Bruins and the Lions tied at 8. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has twins on either side, man in motion. Pass goes across to Henry. He's at the 20-yard line and is met immediately, finally brought down by 3 different Lions at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the Bruins seem to be kind of dinking and dunking it so far. I would not be surprised to see them take a shot downfield. Got Merritt Jones out there and J.D. White. It's like they're both in the slot positions on both sides.
Got Nate Cumming on the far side, J.D. White on the near side. This time you have number 1 who received the snap, Mason Cobb, and he kept it, ran it right up the middle. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Looks like the clock is still ticking down. We're down to 15 seconds left in the first quarter. It's been quite the fascinating game so far. A little bit of a defensive effort from both teams in the past 2 drives.
Looks like they're going to try and get one snapped off. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and there's the horn. So that is the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up. It's at 8. Bruins and Lions of McClellan. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Starting the second quarter, Bruins and Lions all tied up at 8. There's the snap to Bratchery. He's going to have pressure in the backfield immediately. Looks like the offensive line kind of fell apart on that one.
Well, and I think there was another face mask there. I saw a little bit of hollering from the crowd, or heard a little bit of hollering from the crowd, but there was not a flag.
No, there wasn't. So he lost 1 yard on that one. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 yards to go. Folks, be sure to send us a text message with your thoughts on the game, or if you just want to say, let us know where you're watching the game from, especially if they want 1154. They want to change the the game clock to 1154.
Oh, because it's still showing 12 minutes. It did not run.
Right.
Not initial play.
So now they're resetting it to 1154. Anyway, as I was saying, if you want to send us your thoughts, text message line is 501-570-6464. That's 501-570-6464. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to pass. He's going to scramble out of the pocket on the left side. He's at the 25, the 30, the 35, and he ran out of bounds just beyond the first down marker. Yes, they did get the first down.
There's a good bit of situational awareness by Bratcher there. He's been brought down quite a few times tonight and realized that he had the space on the left side to go ahead and pick up that first down.
He most certainly did. This time you have all 4 receivers, he has 4 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, took the snap, but immediately it looked like the line again imploded. I think the Lions just have their number.
It has. Well, and that was a design play that was intended for Bratcher to run it, because those 4 quads on the right side, they're supposed to be blockers, and they were already downfield blocking their respective guys, but the right side just kind of collapsed on Bratcher before he could do anything with that ball. That's looks like number 69, Dontorius Hickey, and Jalen Harris, number 51.
It's a 5-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 15. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to pass, still looking. There's the pass. It's out there, and it's into the arms of J.D. White at the 35, and he reaches out to try and gain another 2 yards, which he did, as he's running out of bounds, being forced out of bounds by number 11, Broderick Lacey. And that will place the Bruins at the Lions' 39-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 yards to go.
That was an impressive catch by J.D. White. I don't know if y'all could hear the crowd, but there was a bit of an ooh and an ah in there as he was able to corral that ball and run forward with it.
Bratcher again in the shotgun. He has 2 to the left, 3 to the right. There's the snap. Looking to pass. It's complete to J.D. White at the 40, 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. J.D. White, touchdown Bruins.
Somehow they forgot about J.D. I mean, he was uncovered.
That was the airing out of the football that I was waiting for.
Well, and Bratcher, I mean, he just kind of lofted that ball. I think he was confused how open White was. There clearly was some miscommunication because there were only 2 defenders on the left side of the field, and there were 3 receivers over there. The other 2, I believe, Amari Jones, and I didn't see who else was with them, but both of them were covered. But J.D. White there was not a man in sight.
10:53 remaining in the second quarter. They're going for 2. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's looking to pass. Pass is up there, and it's complete to number 4, Merritt Jones, but he did not get into the end zone. So the score will remain Bruins 14, McClellan Lions 8. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins leading this one 14-8. That last scoring drive for the Bruins was an 8-play, 99-yard and 35-inch drive. That's pretty specific, Brooks.
That's getting down to the nitty-gritty.
It really is. Go ahead.
I think that's the longest drive I think the Bruins have ever had since I've been doing these stats.
It was close. That was for certain. That was it resulted in a touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. Took 2 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock. Here is Vaughn Seelig, with the onside kick, and it's fielded at the Lions' 48-yard line by number 86. That's Ben King for the Lions.
Yeah, he did a good job of just falling on that ball. And yeah, I feel like they did a little bit of practice during the off week, or not the off week, but during their 5 or 6 days since the last game. So
a couple of scores around the 5A conference. Morrilton leads Blytheville 7-0 in the second quarter. And it looks like Harrison's dreams are coming true. Win 0 at Harrison, 14 in the second quarter. Little Rock Christian is falling to Texarkana only by 3, 7-10. Texarkana leading in the second quarter. I honestly wish I could watch that game. I'm going to check YouTube later and see if that one's out there. Morgan under center. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 24. Jeremiah Akins runs right up the middle and makes it across into Bruin territory. He's stopped at the 49-yard line. That's about a 3-yard gain for the Lions. 2nd and 7.
Trying to see. Looks like number 24 for the Crimson Lions is kind of hobbling off there. Jeremiah Akins. He's running back on the offense, listed as a linebacker for the defense.
Morgan under center. There's the snap. Handoff this time to Derek Lloyd Jr. Nope, that was a fake. It went to Damian Martin. He ran to the right side of the field and got the first down, ran out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A nice play for the Lions.
Oh, and I think you had it right. He actually pitched it to Martin. Yeah, it was an option play to the right side. They faked the handoff. It's, like I said, again, the flex bone where they have basically the option of the dive up the middle or to run out to the right side. We just haven't seen Morgan pitch it yet.
Had some feedback on our text line asking if we could turn up the volume on the live stream. So thank you for your feedback there. Here's Morgan again under center. There's the snap. Handoff again to number 6, Lloyd, right up the middle. And he's met by the Bruins, which push him back, but he still gained about a yard, maybe 2.
I believe I saw number.
Nope, looks like 3. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 yards to go.
That was Matthew Hug on the initial stop there, and then there were a couple more Bruins that came forward to help him push him back and prevent further yardage from being gained. It's like number 32 for the Bruins and number 6 are in the backfield behind Xavier Morgan. That's Josiah Johnson and Derek Lloyd Jr. going with the pure I formation here.
There's the snap. Handoff to number 32, Josiah Johnson. Right up the middle, and the Bruins push him away. No gain on that one. It'll be 3rd and 7. Oh, a correction. Looks like they did give him a yard.
And Josiah Johnson, he's listed as a fullback, and he's 5'7", 176 pounds. So a little bit on the smaller side from what we've seen from fullbacks, which is kind of surprising considering, some of the bigger players that they've been trotting out there tonight.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. 9:04 remaining in the second quarter. The Bruins lead 14-8 over McClellan.
A couple of the Bruin fans standing up, getting a little loud.
This time you have number 15 under center, Jordan Harris. Oh. There's the snap. The ball comes loose. The Bruins say they have it. Let's see what the referee says. Yes, the Bruins come out of the scramble. Wait, yes, they do.
Yep. Well, and that kind of gets rid of one question I have, which is the number 24 for the Crimson Lions, Jeremiah Akins, who we saw walk off. He is the punter and the kicker, and who he hobbled off. So I was wondering what they were going to do in his absence, but
sure.
That's not a concern, at least for this drive.
Looks like it was Chris Connell who forced that turnover for the Bruins.
Good awareness by Connell to jump on that ball. I mean, the quarterback never actually had possession of it, and he was extremely frustrated when he realized the Bruins had jumped on it.
We had a fan write in saying they love the traditional units. Pass is complete this time to number 1, Mason Cobb. He makes his way up to the 35-yard line.
Did they mean unis, like uniforms? The blue and with the gold helmets?
Oh, I'll bet they're, the traditional unis. Yeah, units.
I was trying to figure out, I was talking about the I formation earlier. That is a traditional formation.
But, that's what I thought they were talking about is a formation. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass. The pass is up in the air, and there's no one there to receive it. It looked like that one was intended for number 2, Jack Polk, but he got tripped up way back here just before the 50-yard line.
He did.
The pass came down. It fell down about the 40-yard line, somewhere in there.
Even the defender was a little confused about what had happened there. But Bratcher had already let go of that ball before he realized that Jack Polk had fallen down.
Just had another fan write in. Steve Landers himself just had major knee surgery, and he's at home watching a very clear broadcast. Thanks for watching, Steve.
Let's wish him all the luck in his recovery.
Absolutely. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's going to roll out the right side, looking to pass. There's the pass, and it's complete to number 4, Merritt Jones, at the 45-yard line. That's enough to move the chains. First down for the Bruins.
Well, and, one thing I've noticed is Mason Cobb has been in the backfield with Bratcher, and they put him back there as blocker. I mean, they figured out that they're going to need an extra man to keep those big boys from the Crimson Lions from getting through to Bratcher, and might as well put Cobb out there. He's pretty big on his own.
1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 46-yard line. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has Mason Cobb to his right, twins on either side. Looking back to the sidelines for the play. There's the snap. Looking to pass to the right. There's the pass. It's up in the air, and it's into the hands of number 10, Andrew Cobb. And yes, he says it is caught at the 26-yard line. What a play.
Well, that was good situational awareness by the cheerleaders as well to get out of the way of the leaping Andrew Cobb as he fell into their midst. But looks like it's all smiles down there. I don't think anyone went down.
Lots of Bruin faithful out there in scarves and coats. It's not too bad out there right now, 48 degrees. A lot warmer than it was last week. Bratcher in the shotgun, man in motion, looking to pass. Passes out there, and it's intended once again for Andrew Cobb, but it sailed just in front of him. He couldn't get a hold of it.
Well, and number 71, Wesley Coleman, who just pancaked a defender and then helped him up. He of the James Street Award winner, showing off why he did.
Finalist.
Or finalist.
Yeah,
we were a little confused.
Nominee.
Yeah, from the 5A, showing off why he earned that nomination.
Certainly did.
Congratulations to him.
Picked that up at the, I think, the Little Rock Touchdown Club this week.
Yep.
There's the snap. Bratcher looking down the left side. The pass is up in the air. J.D. White's in the end zone, but no, it's intercepted. Let's see. Did he come up with it? Yes, he did. Touchback.
Well, the referee's having to retrieve the ball from the end zone.
I'm not sure how you call that a touchback if he didn't come up with the ball. Yeah, it's an incomplete pass. If the ball came loose, how did he?
Yeah, it's.
Now, the referee over here is arguing with Coach Kelly about it. Let's see. The white hat doesn't seem. Oh, my gosh. And Coach Kelly just. If you're watching the live stream, you just saw Coach Kelly kind of flop on the ground and let the ball go loose, wondering
May have to get some new equipment down there to him.
Wondering how do you catch the ball but yet drop it. So it's ruled an interception and a touchback. The McClellan Lions are going to take advantage of the Bruins not being in position. But the Bruins instead force a fumble, it looks like. Let's see. No, they did not.
No. But the Bruins came out a little angry.
They did come out angry.
That certainly lit a fire under that defense. They were a little upset that the referees had decided to go ahead and let the play run without them.
That's still confusing to me. How do you catch the ball, yet the ball ended up in the stands behind the end zone?
Yeah. Because if he threw it there, that's a penalty.
Right.
You know what?
Xavier Morgan under center. Nope, that was number 2, Jalen Williams under center.
That was an excellent job by number 43, Grant Pino, there to block off the corner and force the running back towards the middle where he was swallowed up by Mason
Cobb.
Well done on his part.
Looks like that was number 7, Tyler Ashford with the carry. Number 1, Xavier Morgan back under center. He has number 6, Derek Lloyd Jr. in the tailback position. There's the snap. Looking to pass. The pass is out there, and it's incomplete. Sailed over the hands of number 2, Jalen Williams, who is right around the 40-yard line. What do you see? There is a flag out there at the 20-yard line,
so
right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and the Bruin player, I think I didn't see who it was on the left side, was pointing to it, so he's obviously expecting that ball to march backward. Now, the question is, do you take the penalty? The 4th and 10, I'm not sure you do.
Right, not with the Lions. I think with the Bruins, all day long.
Yeah. Well, and with the Lions, but they don't have a punter.
At least he's not on the field.
No.
He's standing over there. Look at him. He's standing right there like he's ready to go in.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's fine. And, yes, he's coming out onto the field.
Okay. So he is okay. Good to see him.
They'll decline it, and there's the 4th down.
Excellent job by the Bruin defense. That was a bit of a momentum change there on the Crimson Lion defense side, and then the Bruins decide to do a little bit of their own with the 3-down stop.
So here's Jeremiah Akins to punt the ball away for the Crimson Lions.
No one deep for the Bruins.
There's the snap. The ball is kicked, and it lands just shy of the 50-yard line. And the Lions will down it at the Bruins' 45-yard line. 5:48 remaining in the second quarter. The Bruins lead 14-8 over McClellan. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. We're already one play in. The Bruins got out there quickly, ready to start their drive again. It was Bratcher handing off to Jaden Kelly. He lost 2 yards on the play. It'd bring up 2nd and 12.
No, he picked up 2 yards.
Oh, I'm sorry. Turn that around. Picked up 2, 2nd and 8. Bratcher in the shotgun. There's the snap, looking to the right side. There's the pass. It's complete. Oh, it was in the arms of Hudson Henry, and he was hit hard at the 40-yard line, causing the ball to come out Luckily, nobody else picked it up.
That was, I believe, Josiah Johnson on the
stop,
pass
yeah.
breakup there.
Wow.
That was a bit of a dangerous pass by Bratcher there. There were quite a few McClellan defenders there right when he threw the pass. Brandon Williams, Brandon Williams on the breakup there. So it looks like we got Jaden Kelly back there with Braden Bratcher. They're running a bit of an option. Bratcher fakes it, and he's running forward. He picks up about 10 yards. That's going to be good for the first down. The Bruins are cooking in Crimson Lion territory.
They certainly are. They've placed the ball at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:08 left in the second quarter. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has Kelly to his right. There's the snap. He's looking down the right side. The pass is in the air, and it's J.D. White. He has it. J.D. White, touchdown, Bruins. What a pass.
You will not see a prettier pass.
No, you won't.
Anywhere tonight.
You won't see a prettier pass tomorrow.
What? Is that a reference to the...
Well, I'm just saying.
Just assuming.
Just
but that
throwing
was
it
beautiful.
out there.
That was beautiful. Well done by Braden Bratcher there. Good catch by J.D. White there. Bratcher had a little pump fake action right before he threw it. Looks like he's still out there with Mason Cobb. They're both looking for the signal.
So they're going to jump back on there. 15 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap to Bratcher. He hands off immediately to Mason Cobb to try and push his way over the line. And the two-point conversion is good. The Bruins lead 22-8 over McClellan.
Well, and I believe that's the Bruin equivalent of a big or power formation or a jumbo package. Here are the stats from Mr. Beasley.
That was a 4-play, 55-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. Took 55 seconds off the clock.
Oh, that's a little bit more of what we're used to seeing from the Bruins
is.
after those two long drives of 3 minutes plus and 2.5 minutes. It was a little different. So now it looks like Savannah Goodwin is out there for the onside kick. I want to say hello to Judge Patty James, who is listening. She is her sons, former players. No relation to Clay James, but her sons are former players, and as well as her assistant, Miss Kim Hart, whose son is also a former player. I want to say they graduated maybe 2017, 2016.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening or watching.
Yes.
Judge James. Here's Savannah Goodwin. Has the ball upright on a tee. There's the kick. Take a nice bounce at the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a good one. Let's see. The Bruins say they have it. Let's see who comes out of it. Yes, Mason Cobb comes up out of the dog pile with the ball, and it's a Bruin onside kick recovery.
Oh, and
they'll take possession of the ball at the McClellan 48-yard line, and they'll start their next offensive drive again.
That was probably the best onside kick by Savannah Goodwin this year.
It most certainly was, and that's what you want to see, is it take a nice hop, real tall. It was over everyone's head. It took that bounce right at the 48-yard line on Bruin territory. So anyone who is on the 50, across the 50-yard line, it was over their head.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything with it, and all the Bruins had to do is get behind them.
Who's that? That's Cobb.
That's Bratcher in the shotgun. Cobb in motion. Pass goes to Cobb on the right side. He's across the 45-yard line and brought down at about the 40. They'll say the 40. Excuse me. That's the 43-yard line, where they'll mark it down.
He had Merritt Jones and Andrew Cobb out there blocking for him on the right side on that wide receiver screen.
It's a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 to go. 4:31 and counting. Excuse me. 4:31 and. They've stopped it on the clock. No, it's still counting. There we go. This time, number 21, Jaden Kelly gets the handoff. He makes his way over the 40-yard line. They're going to place it at the 39.
And Kelly did a good job of picking up a few more yards after contact there. That's we're used to seeing that from Azarius Woods, but it's good to see Kelly pick up those extra yards as well.
Bratcher in the shotgun. Twins on either side. Jaden Kelly to Bratcher's left, looking to the sidelines for the play. 12 seconds on the play clock. 10, 9, 6. Now they're ready for 3. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's going to force his way up the middle, and I'm not sure he made it for that first down. It was 3rd and 1. Let's see where they place the ball.
It's going to be extremely close.
They're going to stop the clock and take a look.
You know, Kelly actually hit a bit of a wall of defenders, and I want to say Braden Bratcher kind of shoved him back and was kind of behind him, gave him a little shove forward because he certainly was stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
So they looked at it just from the far, and they decided that it is 4th and inches. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's going to hand off immediately to Mason Cobb and kind of give him a push from behind, and he does make his way across, so that's a first down for the Bruins. It's kind of interesting to see him kind of give him a shove from behind like that.
Well, and, you know, he generally gives them at least a one-handed shove as he
put
hands
both
it
hands
off.
on it that time.
Not entirely sure that's legal, but.
1st and 10, 3 minutes, 9 seconds on the clock. There's the snap to Bratcher. Looking to pass on the left side. He's getting some pressure. He's got the pass up in the air. It's complete to Mason Cobb at the 5. Touchdown, Bruins. Mason Cobb coming in clutch for PA.
Well, and I think that was a little bit of a schoolyard mix-up there because the Crimson Lions had extremely good coverage.
I love it. The fans out there dancing. Did you see that?
No, I missed it. At the end zone?
It was one of the moms, I think, actually.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that play was not necessarily designed that way.
No, I think Cobb turned around and was like, hey, I'm here.
I'm here. I'm
open.
open.
Try me, coach.
Yep.
So Clay James is out to kick the extra point attempt for the first time tonight. They're going to try and draw him off sides. They're not going to have it. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 2:58 remaining in the first half, Bruins lead 29-8 over McClellan. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. That most recent scoring drive for the Bruins was a 5-play, 48-yard drive that resulted in a 37-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to Mason Cobb. Took 1:55 off the clock. Savannah Goodwin out to kick off for the Bruins. She'll place the ball on a tee and place it upright.
You know, she did the helicopter kick, the first one.
And
go around, but it looks like they've decided
the last one was off the tee upright, so let's see if she does it again. There's the kick. Another, almost a nice bounce, but it looks like the Lions said, no, I saw this one before. He jumped across the 50-yard line and grabbed that one before it could take that nice big hop. It was on its way up in the air, but he snatched it up.
I know how this movie ends, he said. Number 15, Jordan Harris, good awareness on his part to, just go ahead and dive on that and make sure it doesn't take that big hop over the front line.
The McClellan Lions have the ball in the Bruin territory right at the 47-yard line.
So he jumped on that before it even, it was still had 3 yards to go before
before the Bruins could touch it.
Yeah.
2:55 remaining in the second quarter. The Bruins lead 29-8. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 10, Damian Martin. He runs to the right side of the field, and he is stopped at the 45-yard line. It's about a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Looking at some other scores around the state, Little Rock Christian still falling behind Texarkana 7-10 in the second quarter. Morrilton 7, Blytheville 0 in the second quarter. Now here's the one to watch. Wynn now coming up from behind. Wynn 14, Harrison 21 in the second quarter.
And that was a good tackle by Fuda Shinkawa there. Bruins have really needed him to step up and cover those edges.
There's the snap. Handoff from number 2. From Jalen Williams to Xavier Morgan. He runs across the 45-yard line. Looks like he picked up about 1 yard. So that'll be 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
It appears the Shinkawa equation has entered the equation.
Game. Yeah.
He definitely was on that one.
Yeah.
Well, he came out of nowhere.
He certainly did.
2 in a row by him. That's, like I said, that's what they need, because those edges, those corners are what the Crimson Lions have been using to their advantage, using that speed to find them and get upfield.
Here's Morgan under center. Oh, and he fumbled the snap, but he dropped it, dropped on it right there at the line of scrimmage. Or it's actually behind the line of scrimmage, so he lost a couple on that. That'll bring up 4th down and 9.
So we'll see what the Crimson Lions do here. It looks like I do not see a punter coming on the sidelines. They are waiting for the signal.
1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. Looks like Pulaski Academy is going to call timeout. Folks, stick around for halftime. I've got Coach Roger Franks for the basketball team coming up to tell us about the basketball team and their upcoming schedule.
And I believe we received word that there were 3 non-football players that got some scholarships.
That's
this
right.
week.
That's right. Let me take a look at that. I just got that in just a moment ago, thanks to our producer, Christina Carroll. Looks like one of the basketball players that I've got actually coming in here to talk to us tonight is Alex Brogdon. He signed just yesterday with Delta State University. He told me this afternoon that I asked him, of course, what was the mascot for Delta State, and it's the Statesman. But here's a fact I didn't know: is they're also known as I'm trying to remember what he said. It was the Big Okra. Is that is
Brooks
Fighting Okra.
The Fighting Okra.
Oh, yeah. That's the Fighting Okra.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Fighting Okra. Not even kidding.
But really,
Google their mascot.
But really, they're the Statesmen.
Yeah, they're the Statesmen, but their secondary title is the Fighting Okra.
So
it's curious.
Crimson Lions are going for it on 4th down here.
Here we go, 4th and 9. There's the snap. Looks like Morgan's going to try to pass. Lots of pressure, running out of the pocket. He's at the 50, across the 45, and he's stopped at the 42-yard line. Will not get the 1st down.
By who else?
Fuda Shinkawa. You can't run away from him. That is 3 in a row for Shinkawa. 3 stops in a row.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can do a lot of coaching, but you can't coach speed.
Nope.
That's right.
And that's what they needed there.
And just like we've said the rest of this season, the Shinkawa equation, speed over size equals win. So the Bruins will take over in their own side of the field at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
I was going to say, we'll talk about those other two athletes, student athletes.
Yeah.
And their scholarships in a few minutes here while we wait for this.
We may talk about that at the end of halftime. We've got 107 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Bratcher in the shotgun. There's the snap, kind of a low snap, but he got his hands on it. He's going to keep it. He's at the 50-yard line, at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. He is going all the way. Bratcher, quarterback keeper, touchdown Bruins.
I believe we might see that on some highlights on the TV tonight.
There is no doubt.
On your local news?
No doubt in my mind at all.
Don't be surprised if you see Mr. Bratcher again.
And it's not like he had just an open field. He was dodging defenders left and right.
Well, and that was some excellent blocking downfield. Big ol' hug from Coach Kelly there. But he needs to give a couple hugs to those receivers that were doing some excellent blocking down the field. That was, who was that laid that big block?
Let's see if we can run that replay back after the kick.
Yeah.
Nope. Some motion on the defense probably. The Bruins typically try to grab that. That's correct. Offsides. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So the Bruins are going to bring the kicking team back off, and they're going for 2. You've got Hudson Henry. You've got Andrew Cobb running out there.
Notice Buffett was out there. They decided that Bratcher probably needed a little bit of a break after that long run.
I can't say I blame him. No, Bratcher's heading back out there now.
Oh, okay. Just had to catch his breath, I
That's
guess.
all. All right. 8 seconds on the play clock. They have got to hurry. Oh, the snap is going to Cobb. There's the snap. He's going to keep it, run it right up the middle, and he's in there. The 2-point conversion, solo by Mason Cobb. It's good. Now the Bruins leading this one with 56 seconds remaining in the first half. The Bruins lead 37-8 over McClellan.
Luke Hawes is calling for the crowd to get a little loud. They should be with this lead they put up here tonight. So Coach Kelly's talking to the onside kick team, I guess, if you will. With 56 seconds left, there's be interested to see how they play this one, if they go ahead and put it deep or if they onside kick it.
Got a text message from Gene Baumgardner. Love my Bruins. Papu to Chandler, Campbell, and Carson. He says he never misses a Bruin ball game, even from his hospital bed. So proud of the Bruins. He says from his SVI hospital suite, go get 'em Bruins.
Clay James is giving new instructions to the, I guess, return team, if you will, the kickoff team. That last play was a one-play, 58-yard drive. It was capped off by the only play, which is a 58-yard touchdown run by Braden Bratcher. Took 11 seconds off the clock. Clay James is now repositioning the ball.
Moved it from the right hash marks to the left hash marks. The ball is spotted on its belly with no tee. Nice. And instead of kicking a little helicopter kick, he kicked it deep to about the 15-yard line. It's picked up by number 1, Morgan. He runs to the right side of the field, and there's flags coming in the backfield. Flag came in at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be blocking in the back.
Either blocking the back or holding, one or the other. Someone went down when they probably shouldn't have, but Fuda Shinkawa was out there looking like he wanted to pick up another
another big stop.
He was chasing another runner down from behind.
He was finally stopped at about the 36-yard line, it looks like, but let's see where they assess this penalty.
The flag was thrown at about the 25-yard line, so they're marching backwards, and they're going to stop at the 15, just shy of the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that was a very blatant block in the back on number 40 of the Bruins.
Of the Bruins?
There'd be no. On the Bruins.
On the Bruins.
Oh,
by
okay. By the Lions.
Right.
Didn't quite catch you.
There's the Lions committed to blocking the back.
Well, we got.
So now they have the ball at the 15-yard line.
Thank you for Popeyes.
Popeye Williams, our senior
lead cameraman.
It's not senior. No, veteran. Most experienced.
Let's not insult people here tonight, Josh.
No. Well, why would I stop now? Oh, so they're going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here for a moment. We've got 48 seconds. 48 seconds remaining in the. I've got a Popeye hanging out in the window here.
Go ahead and share your thoughts on hashtag PA Bruins as well.
Yeah. Share your thoughts on Twitter using hashtag PA Bruins or send us a text at 501-570-6464.
Did I see you sent me a message, and it was something about Coach Kelly said about the snow.
Yeah, that's right. This week, of course, it snowed earlier this week. We had a nice little dusting here in Little Rock. It wasn't. I don't think it was very much to mention. It's hard to imagine it now. It's probably the earliest snow I can recall in at least 10 years. But Coach Kelly said that was the very first time in his history, his whole career, that he's had a practice in the snow. This time the snap was fielded by Jalen Williams, number 2, and he passed the ball to the right side to Xavier Morgan, and he runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 yards on that one, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Lions.
Well,
Norisha Woods says, at home sick with 3 kids. Isarius has been sick all day, but he's playing through it. Goodness gracious.
Wow, I did not know.
Can't believe it took me that long to read that tweet.
Playing sick. Well, we hope they all get better, Miss Woods, and you keep yourself healthy as well.
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of that going around right now. There's the snap to number 2, Williams. He's going to pass it across to number 1. It was intended for 1, Morgan, but it is not received. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, and that was a really well-executed running back screen, but number 13, Matthew Hugg, was on top of the quarterback before he could really get the ball away timely. So good job on his part to rush that. Go ahead and give him a bear claw. So now Clock is 39 seconds. It stopped. With the Bruins leading 37-8. As the last few seconds of the first half are waning down.
There's the snap to Morgan. He's looking to pass, but he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. No, he's not. He's trying to dodge Bruins left and right. He throws the ball at the last second, and it's received by number 72, Kendall Woods, who is an offensive lineman.
He is not an eligible receiver.
No, he is not.
That was a beautiful catch, though.
Immediate flag.
Right. That ref was standing back there, and Morgan looked down and realized that he was about to get brought down in the end zone. So basically, to avoid that, he just kind of tossed the ball out there, and I think Kendall Woods turned around and said, "Oh, there's a football. I'll catch it."
I mean, he needs to be on the hands team. That was,
sure.
It was a shoestring catch, if you will, and
illegal participation, illegal receiver.
But here's the thing:
Lions.
is if he doesn't catch that ball, then that's an
intentional grounding.
Yeah, an intentional grounding. So it almost works out in their favor that he caught it.
It also results in a loss of down.
Yes, if it's an intentional. Well, is it?
That's what he just signaled.
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh, because
right. So
You're
that'll bring up 4th down and about 15 yards to go for the Lions.
And they put number 31.
They are going to kick it away.
Sam Ryans is way deep. Oh.
There's the kick. And I'm not quite sure. Who was that? 30?
That was Blake Titus back to receive the punt, and he was actually looking to get it.
He was looking to get it, but everyone else ran off the field. I'm not quite sure if he –
It might have been expecting to call it a fair catch as needed, but it went out of bounds at about the 35-yard line of the Crimson Lions. So Bruins looking to put one more up on them with
22
extremely
seconds.
good familiar position. Yeah.
22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Bruins lead 37-8 over McClellan.
You know, if we could get one more score, we could get the sportsmanship rule going.
Well, I was waiting for you to bring that up. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has 4 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 to the left. There's the pass.
His knee was down when he caught it.
That's
though.
right.
That's
right.
Yeah. That pass was thrown a little too low. It's almost one of those ones where you might want to bat him to bat it down.
Looks like after he received that was 24.
Yeah, that was Caleb Nichols who caught it, but his knee was on the ground when he caught it. So they called a timeout because they wanted to keep. There's only 16 seconds. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was just a low pass, and Nichols was thinking more doing what he's supposed to do was make sure he catches the ball first.
Right. Have another message came in from one of the fans. Awesome job, Bruins. My parents, Pop and Granny Johnson from Wascom, Texas, are here watching the game with us tonight. Upper school art teacher Mary Lutz. I think it was Miss Cope, another art teacher in the middle school. I think she was the one that was sharing some photos of the kids, and or at least some of the paintings and stuff that they were learning about this week. They were learning about one of my favorites, at least right now, Bob Ross.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you're familiar with Bob Ross.
Oh, yeah.
You got to
had someone
beat the devil out of it.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You got to clean the brush and you beat the devil out of it. I love Bob Ross. I've been painting wet on wet for a little while now.
Is that the guy on Channel 2?
Yes, it is. There's the snap. Bratcher looking to pass, but he gets brought down in the backfield by number 8, Isaiah Akins.
Oh, and Coach Kelly calls another timeout there.
10 seconds remaining on the clock.
And since we're on the subject of art teachers, my lovely wife is at home sick with a little bit of a bug.
Hate that.
I'm not even sure she stayed awake. Thankfully, my in-laws took the kids off her hands.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good that they can do that.
Yes. So hope you're getting better if you're listening, Katie. If not, that means you fell asleep, which means you're probably feeling better.
Have some other feedback here. Let's see, I've got one. I love watching the Bruins from Dallas, watching from Dallas, Texas. Go Bruins from Joan Titus.
Good to hear.
Her grandson is Blake Titus.
Awesome.
Always good to have family and friends bringing them together through the magic of radio and the internet.
Yes.
Another one, shout out to the class of 2008 on their 10-year reunion. Wow,
has it been that long?
That is making me feel really old. Go Bruins from Fred McCulley in Texarkana.
Good to hear on the text number. That's 501-571-6464.
570.
Oh,
Sorry, I wrote that in a color it's hard to see on the window.
501-570.
Right.
6464.
That's it.
Love to hear your thoughts.
Certainly do. Miss McCarver, I know, is out there as well. Good to have you out there watching. Snap is kept by Braden Bratcher. He's at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. There's a flag in the backfield. He's forced out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. Let's see what this flag is all the way back at the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure why he didn't immediately run out of bounds there, but guessing he had a little bit too much time.
It looked like he had an open spot there on the left side, but his receivers on the right were all covered up.
Yeah, they're marching backwards.
Yeah, they are. Can't believe that flag out there sitting at the 40-yard line. That was a big play they're going to have to walk away from. Brooks, what do you see?
I think Wesley Coleman might have got a holding call against him. I'm not sure, but
he was just trying to give him a hug.
Well, yeah, that's not fair.
Just show some camaraderie while he earned that nomination.
He says, "Hey, look at my belly." I love it. He owns that. He wears it like that on purpose. That is going to be a personal foul against the Bruins and a personal foul against the Lions. Those penalties are going to offset, so they're going to bring up 3rd down and about 15 yards to go for the Bruins.
Well, it's 3rd down and goal because there's 1 second left. So.
Right. Don't forget, stick around for halftime. Coach Franks is going to come up and talk to us about basketball. There's the snap to Bratcher. He's scrambling, looking to pass. The pass is way up in the air. Let's see who comes down with this one. Did he catch it? No, he did not. That was number 4 for the Bruins, Merritt Jones, who came down.
And Andrew Cobb was down there with them. They did a good job of being in the area. They just couldn't quite come up with it. But,
We'll close out the first half. The Bruins lead 37-8 over McClellan. We've got a halftime show coming right up. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins are hosting the McClellan Lions this evening. And I tell you what, I saw there's Coach Lucas exiting the field just now. I saw him earlier today, and he was dressed mighty snappily. I tell you what, he always is a nice dresser. Anyway, I'm joined by Coach Roger Franks, head coach of the boys basketball team here at Pulaski Academy. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining me. I understand this is your 11th season with the school. What do you like about being at Pulaski Academy?
There's so many things. Great coaching staff, all of the sports. We all enjoy working together, and the student athletes here are just like the academics. We're committed to excellence, and also, as you can see tonight and feel in this atmosphere for the football game, tremendous fans.
That is so true. Of course, coming out to a basketball game, it's always a lot of fun. I'll show up and, just don't really pick one, just find a game on the schedule. You show up, and it's always a great, fun atmosphere. So we're also joined by three of the team members this year. We've got Alex Brogdon, E.J. Anderson, and Grayson Kohler. Let me go to Grayson first. Grayson, you're a senior this year. How many years have you been on the team?
This will be my 5th year.
Okay.
On the basketball team, but my 3rd year on the varsity team.
And what position do you play?
I play shooting guard.
Okay. What are you looking at after this year? You're a senior. You're heading off to college. What are you looking at next year?
I'm looking at probably U of A or Harding University.
Okay. Outstanding choices, either one. We actually went just this past weekend or 2 weeks ago, and I'll run it together now, to Harding University to watch a football game out there. They're using the exact same scoreboard system that we use, and so it was quite interesting to pick up some tips out there. So that's a great location to be, a lot of fun. Alex Brogdon, a senior, just yesterday signed with Delta State University. You have to be excited about that.
Yes, sir.
So why did you pick Delta State?
The coaching staff had recruited me for a long time, and I thought it was the best coaching staff and best basketball team with the best school I could have got. I'm going to go get my MBA there, so I'll be a 5th-year senior, which is nice.
You're a tall fella. How tall are you?
I'm about 6'6".
6'6". Now, how tall are you when you consider the hair? Because that hair sticks up pretty. You got that kid and play style hair going on.
Yeah, I'll call it 6'7".
6'7". Okay, it gives you an extra inch. I like it. Also joining us is E.J. Anderson Jr. So how long have you been on the team?
I've been on the varsity team for 3 years. I've been at PA for 6, and I've played since 7th grade.
Wow. So you literally love the game. That's for certain.
Yes.
What's your favorite part about basketball?
The sound of the net, the dribble of the ball, I don't know, the crowd. It's just all great. I love it.
I love it. That's a perfect answer. Let's see. The three of you have been playing together for how long? Just 2 years, I'm guessing? 1 year, all three of you?
Grayson and I have been playing together since junior high.
Wow, 8th grade.
And then Alex just joined us this summer. But it seems like he's been playing with us a lot longer.
Sure. Really gelled together?
Yes.
What do you think that we can expect out of the team this year?
We can expect a lot because I think it would be pretty good. We look good right now. We got a lot to improve on, which says a lot because we're pretty good right now and we still can improve on what we're doing.
Alex, same question. What do you think?
Like EJ said, we have a lot to improve on, but at the same time, we look really good in some games. We're expecting the state championship, hopefully. This team will be really good in the long run. So. And
Grayson?
Last year, we haven't had the best luck because I don't want to say it's just been our conference, but with 5A, it's pretty tough competition.
Sure it is.
And some of the games we can hang in there and stuff, but for the most part, I feel like everybody's, I don't want to say counting out on us, but they just don't expect us to do what we're going to do this year.
Who's the goofball on the team?
EJ.
EJ's the goofball.
EJ.
Who's the loudmouth?
Probably me.
Probably you.
Probably me.
Grayson's going to fall on his sword for that one. All right. And do y'all have nicknames for each other?
We mainly call EJ E. EJ sometimes calls me G Baby when I'm on his good side. I don't really have a nickname for Alex.
Alex, what's your favorite subject in school other than sports?
Probably math. I definitely like math. My dad's an accountant, so a CFO of a business, so I'm good with numbers like he is. So it's pretty easy for me just to go with numbers. So math. EJ,
what do you like?
As of right now, I would say physics. Pretty interesting. I like the class.
Coach, I know that the team is looking good. How long does the season last in varsity?
Our regional tournament will start February 18th and go through the 22nd, and then the state tournament is February 25th through March 2nd. So it's a long season, but it goes fast once we get started. We actually open up officially the first week in December at Cabot for a tournament. We have Mountain home in our first game, and right now these guys who aren't in football have been practicing so long. We're very excited to get started, and we'll be getting 4 guys off the football team, and looking forward to a really good year. These guys are really a fun group to coach, and I think one of the questions the guys answered about what you can expect to see, I think you can really expect to see some guys who play the game the right way. They are going to play extremely hard. They're going to share the basketball, and one of the great things about this team is they really care about each other on and off the court.
When's the next home game, Coach?
Friday, December 14th, Stuttgart. It'll take our fans a little while to get used to our new conference this year with Stuttgart, Robinson, McClellan, Mills, Forest City, Wynn, Lone Oak, East End. So it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit more travel than we're used to. And saying we're 4A is a little bit misleading because so many 5A teams in the past are now in 4A.
So December 14th is the night to come out and watch the Bruins play if you want to come see a home game. And, of course, there's other options that you can find out at PulaskiAcademy.org. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Stick around. We've got some great statistics coming to us, courtesy of Brooks Beasley, here in just a few minutes. We'll cover the first half, and then we'll go into the second half, what we can expect to see, and take a look at scores around the conference to see who are we going to be playing next week, assuming we come out of this one on top. Stick around. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Oh, my. I think I was just caught on camera.
There are laws against that.
There should be. See, he goes and puts on the cha-cha slide. I start shaking it, and then they put me on the big screen. That is not fair.
You got to be cautious at all times, Josh.
I tell you what, I just cannot trust all you guys with cameras around here. Wow. Well, thank you to Coach Franks and players that came out and took time out of class to come and talk to me today. I appreciate that.
What do we think about the first half?
The first half.
I think Braden Bratcher's putting on a bit of a clinic. I mean, he's got over 150 yards passing at this point, over 100 yards rushing. What do we got, Brooks? You got the actual stats.
Okay, here. As far as the passing category goes, Braden Bratcher is 15 of 23 with 1 interception, and he's got a little bit more than 150. He's got 246 with 3 touchdowns.
That many?
3 touchdowns, sure does. Yeah. As far as the receivers go, he kind of spread the ball around. We had a total of 9 receivers in the first half, and J.D. White, he had 5 receptions for 69 yards.
Wow.
And 1 touchdown, and the longest for him was 42 yards. Then we had Marotti had 1 catch for 61 yards and a touchdown, and then Mason Cobb had 2 catches for 42 yards and 1 touchdown, and the longest there was a touchdown of 37 yards for him. Then we had Andrew Cobb. He's got 1 catch for 28 yards. And then we have Nichols. He's got 2 catches for 13. And Jason Kelly's got 1 catch for 11 yards. And kind of disappointing here that Hudson Henry only has 1 reception for 11 yards tonight. But I anticipate if he gets to play a whole lot the second half, that he'll come on strong in the second half for us. And then Jones has 1 catch for 11 yards, and Braden Bratcher's got 1 reception for 0 yards. So we have a total of 15 receptions for 246 yards there, like I mentioned. As far as rushing goes, Braden Bratcher has 8 carries for a total of 63 yards, and really has 81 yards, but one of them was an 18-yard sack, so that knocked him down to 63 total yards. Plus, he's got 1 touchdown. And I think one of them was a big, long touchdown run that nobody touched him at all, and that was really a pretty run for him. And then Jason Kelly, his 4 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. Mason Cobb, 3 carries for 7 yards. And Isaiah Woods got 1 carry for 2 yards, and we really hadn't seen a whole lot of him in the first half.
Well, I'm not sure if you heard, but
sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can totally understand that. I don't think I'd be wanting to play either, being
Right.
sick. But we have a total of 16 rushes for 103 total yards. And then one item here, time of possession for the first half for the Bruins has got 9 minutes and 42 seconds. And another category here that we had never mentioned before, but as far as third down conversions, we're 5 of 8. And then, of course, the Bruins always go for it on 4th down, but they are 2 of 2 on 4th down conversions.
Now, do you show the time of possession for McClellan on there?
Time of possession for McClellan is 14 minutes and 18 seconds.
Wow, and the Bruins is
9:42.
Which is interesting because one of the things that I spoke before the game to Coach Moody of the McClellan Lions, and he was telling me their keys to the game were to hold on to the football and win the time of possession and play smart. Now, obviously, they're so far winning time of possession for over 14 minutes versus 9 minutes just in one half of football. But you look at the scoreboard, 37 minutes, and that's one of the things that I look back at every week when you hand me that stat sheet every time they have a scoring drive. Most of the time, we see that they've only taken, less than 2 minutes off the clock most of the time.
Right.
Now, a lot of times it's less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's less than 2 minutes. So it's interesting to me that will come into mind for a lot of folks as they want to win time of possession. With Pulaski Academy, I don't think that matters.
No, it doesn't. No. It really doesn't. PA likes to score quick and fast, and time possession is nothing for the Bruins. As far as the first downs go, we have 16. We have 5 by rushing and 10 by passing and 1 by penalty. So,
which was a huge penalty, mind you. That that was that face mask in the end zone where the Bruins escaped not one but two different possible safeties.
Right. One thing that I was really impressed with about the Bruins in the first half, they kind of took it on the chin there in the first quarter just a little bit. The edge or the outside running game around the end was really chewing them up, and so they made a few adjustments, and they've kind of stopped that cold right now. And so I think the Bruins, instead of waiting till halftime to make changes, they did that on the sideline.
Well, that kind of repeats a pattern we've seen throughout the year where, they'll trade blows initially. I can't count the number of games where it seemed like it looked like it was 8-6 or 8-7 or 8-8. It was they went back and forth in the first 5-10 minutes of the first quarter. And then some switched. They figured, okay, this is what they're going to do. Let's do this in response. And the defensive, I guess, as you said, the formations, the switching up and adjusting has been extremely crucial.
Well, I was really excited about the game before it started, and I still am. I think it's been a rock'em sock'em ball game, and I think one thing that kind of maybe tipped the tide in favor of the Bruins is Coach Kelly out there after he got out there and showed the refs kind of what happened in the end zone.
That was worth seeing this game right there.
It really was. I think it fired the Bruins up, and I think ever since that little demonstration by the coach, the Bruins have taken over the ball game.
I think a lot of times it is very helpful. Even though they might say, I'm sure you can imagine players saying, "Yeah, the coach has got my back. They're really behind us." But you know what? It's a lot to say that, but it's something else to see a coach down there arguing the player's point with the referee, and especially to the point where he's going to mimic it and throw himself on the ground. He took the ball from the referee and then kind of threw himself on the ground and let the ball kind of dribble away to show this is how he caught it, and that's a catch. Well, I love it. I love it. And
that was some baseball coach
it totally was
kicking the dust on.
I imagine I'm seeing pictures of Joe. I'm trying to remember his name.
Joe Madden? No,
the umpire that's very
West.
infamous. Joe West. Thank you. I'm seeing flashbacks of Joe West in my mind with managers running out there and kicking dirt on his face until he finally just says, "You're out of here."
I was kind of waiting for the signal to come, but
that's my dream. Is actually I'd love to go see a Red Sox game, but I really want to go see a Joe West game. That'd be great.
Well, I'm glad Coach Kelly didn't get a penalty flag on that.
That's true. Let's say hi to some of these fans that are out here. I did have one request to say hi to John, Joy, and Carrie White. I think they told me they're watching from Texas. They got a family wedding coming up, so they're watching and listening. And also, it's great to see you out there. We mentioned earlier that Alex Brogdon signed with Delta State University, the Fighting Okra. Is that what you said?
Right,
yeah,
Fighting Okra.
The Statesman. So he signed yesterday with them. He was very excited about that. Just talked to him at halftime. Also, want to say congratulations to Evelyn Griffith. She signed yesterday a volleyball scholarship with the University of Central Arkansas. So it's very excited for Evelyn.
Go Bears.
And lastly, we want to say congratulations to two of the senior volleyball players, of course, Evelyn, as well as Charlotte, for being named 2018 All-State Tournament Team Players. And got the chance earlier in the season to speak with several of the volleyball team members and the volleyball coach, the new volleyball coach this year. Spoke with them at halftime a couple of weeks ago, and it was very exciting to say hi to them. Want to say hello and thanks for watching to Tom Phelan. He's listening tonight. Tom, of course, class of 1992. He's a dentist. He's moving his office over to Rawling Road. He says, "Go Bruins." Tom, thanks for joining us. And also want to say another great game, Bruins. Keep it going. Great job, announcers. Thank you. I want to know who you're listening to.
Yeah. Is she on the wrong station?
I think they're listening to a different station. That's okay. But hey, thanks for listening no matter what station you're listening to. I tell you what, we have a lot of fun doing this if you can't tell. But again, if you want to send us your feedback, that's 501-570-6464. Send us a text message. Please don't call, as I'm not answering the phone. Nope.
We promise there will be more 80s and 90s discussion, and I'm sure a few puns thrown out there in the next half.
Probably some nerd jokes.
I feel it's been lacking.
Some Star Trek humor, maybe.
Yeah.
Coming up very soon on December 5th is Frosty Follies. If you've never been to Frosty Follies, it is a showcase of choir talents, drama talents, band talents, all in one show, compacted into about an hour and a half. It starts at 7 p.m. on December 5th. It is a lot of fun to come out, and please support the art department. The
tickets.
I think there's. I'm looking toward our producer, Christina. Do you happen to know if they charge tickets? I don't remember for Frosty Follies. No, they don't. No, admission is free.
There you go.
So
can't turn that down.
You can't turn it down. It's a lot of fun. And if you haven't had the opportunity to hear the Bruin Jazz Band, you're really missing out on something because they are fantastic. The 3rd and 4th graders are going to sing along with the upper school choirs as well. A select group of 3rd and 4th graders. They've started a 3rd and 4th grade choir this year, so they're doing that after school, I believe.
Are you going to show us some dance moves too?
Me?
Yeah.
I may do it. You know, if I get enough requests and somebody donates something to the school for it, yeah, I'll get up there and shake my moneymaker.
You heard it, folks. wait, we're trying to get donations, not trying to discourage.
Hey, we get enough donations and I won't do it.
Yeah,
How's
there
that?
you go.
There you go. How about that?
Well, Josh, we know you can sing. I didn't know you could dance.
Well, I don't think I can dance, but we'll see. You know, what is it that Phil Collins says? You know, I can't dance, I can't sing. I don't know.
I can't remember the rest of the line.
I don't think anybody can.
Nope.
Folks, again, just send us a text message at 501-570-6464 or tweet with the hashtag PA Bruins. Let's take a quick break. Bruins are out on the field warming up. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Getting ready to kick this one off for the second half. The Bruins lead 37-8 over McClellan. Want to say hello to Maggie Jackson. She and guessing her mom or dad, they're watching. Maggie's a junior at PA. She had her wisdom teeth taken out today. You know, I hope you didn't. I hope you were able to get some good video afterwards because those wisdom teeth videos are too funny. Anyway, they're watching, enjoying the Bruins from home. Kickoff off of the foot of Savannah Goodwin. The ball is fielded on the Bruins side of the ball right at the 50-yard line by the Lions. So that's where they'll take possession here in the second half.
Well, and one thing Brooks mentioned was that there were 9 different receivers that caught passes in that first half. That's actually the same number of receivers that caught passes in the last week's game. So clearly Braden Bratcher's decided to distribute the ball a little more and find a little more open receivers, which is probably intentional because, you know, when you get in the playoffs, you want to put everything out there. Looks like we got Jake Terry's out there. Oh.
Real quick, let me give you an update. Little Rock Christian 14 at Texarkana 17. That's at halftime. And the one we're really looking at, Wynn 14, Harrison 21 in the third quarter. Morrilton 24 at Blytheville 0 in the third quarter. Here's the Lions. That's number 2 in the shotgun this time. He hands it off to number 24, Jeremiah Akins. He runs to the right side of the formation and is brought down after about a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and 8 to go.
Oh, and it looked like they had him stopped near the line of scrimmage, and he fought forward. That is, we do not want to see that. Number 34, Blake Titus is walking off. He's
kind of holding his right arm.
Looks like he might have fallen on it there.
Hurt his wrist or something. It's second and 8. There's the snap. Handoff this time to number 1, Morgan. He runs to the left side of the field and is finally brought down after about a 6-yard gain. Okay, he was just taking his time getting up. It looked like he was out. He wasn't moving at all, but he was just laying there waiting for everybody to get off of him, I guess.
That was Fuda Shinkawa once again showing up on the stats with the stop.
Xavier Morgan started as quarterback and this time showing out as a running back for the Lions. That was number 2, Jalen Williams with the keep that time. Gets enough for a first down for the Crimson Lions.
Once again, 52 he just kind of lays there and waits for everyone to get off him. But that was a little bit of a hurry-up offense there. They've only needed a couple yards to pick up the first down, and they were able to get it.
10:55 and counting on the clock. First and 10 for the Lions. There's the snap to Williams. He's going to keep it himself and run it right up the middle, but the Bruins aren't having it.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. He did a little spin move in the –
and then went right back to the center.
And then, I guess he –
he was trying to – it was a little play fake to kind of acting like he was going to hand it off and then spin around and then head right into the center of the pack. I'm not sure that was – I don't think it was drawn up that way.
I don't think so. I think it didn't fool anyone. That's – there's the replay again. Little spin. Someone hit the X button or the Y button, whatever it is on the PlayStation controller.
Right. All right. This time Williams under center. There's the snap. Handoff. Nope. He kept it that time and passed to Damian Martin. A little lateral.
It was an option, but I've never seen the option be that far away from the quarterback.
Right. He did get some positive yardage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 from the Bruins' 31-yard line. 9:49 on the clock. 9:45. Some issues tonight with the scoreboard on the screen. Sorry about that. Little shovel pass to Damian Martin, and he's brought down, looks like just outside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, definitely well short of that first down.
I think they kind of took down the person holding the marker on the far side of the field as well.
Well, Chris Connell was in the backfield in a hurry, and the quarterback was barely able to get away, and Graham Pino cleaned up the mess on that right side.
Here's Jalen Williams under center, man in motion. Nope, he doesn't like something. He's looking around. 12 seconds on the play clock. 10. 7 seconds, man in motion. Oh, and after the snap, Williams is hit hard by the defensive line, and they're going to push him back and take him down.
I think he was hit hard by his own player. That was a little bit of miscommunication. And those of you who may have watched the Razorback game last week saw that as well.
They're running the same play?
Yeah, ran it, yeah. Both of them thought they were both going to get the ball. And
so that will turn the ball over on downs. The Bruins take possession at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Jaden Kelly's hustling out there along with Mason Cobb. Looks like Kelly's going to be and Cobb are going to be both back there with Braden Bratcher in the shotgun. I'd be interested to see who actually takes the snap here. Jaden Kelly's in the middle.
There's the snap. It goes to Kelly. He's going to carry it around the right side of the formation and be brought down at the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Bruins.
And that was a first down or more saving tackle by number 8, Isaiah Akins.
I had a request to take a look at the stats for J.D. White. Somebody said he thinks he has 2 touchdowns. There's the snap. This time goes to Mason Cobb. He runs to the right side of the formation. He's at the 50-yard line, at the 45, and a flag comes in.
Merritt Jones immediately knows that it was on him. He was trying to block his man out there, and he just unfortunately got a little too handsy. And he knew it too. He's upset with himself. Coach Kelly talking to him right now, but he is not coming off the field yet. Brooks Beasley is signaling that there were 2 touchdowns.
That's right. Thanks, Brooks, for being there for us.
By J.D. White so far.
So it looks like they're going to replay 2nd down after holding against the Bruins.
Well, they declined it. Oh, they declined a different penalty.
So they place the ball at the 34-yard line, second down now, and 11 yards to go for the Bruins.
They're keeping that same formation out there with.
Looks like you have Bratcher in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's rolling to the right side to pass. There's the pass. It's up in the air. He's got Jones all the way down here, but the ball actually lands out of bounds. The cheerleaders, good situational awareness, as as you would say, moving out of the way and letting the ball just hit the ground. I would have been more impressed had one of them stepped up and caught it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them actually signaling, I should have got that ball. Yeah.
It's one of those, though, you don't want to get in trouble for interfering with the play.
Well, and if you look up at the ball and there's football players, full pads and helmets running in your direction, there's no telling you might get hit.
Yeah.
They may just be looking up at the sky, looking at the ball, too. There's the snap to Bratcher, play fake. He's going to pass it to the right side to J.D. White. He's at the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, and he stretches out his arm for another yard. So they get it into the Lions' territory at the 49-yard line. That'll be first down for the Bruins.
That was an excellent job by number 72, Caleb Smith, to pull out of his spot and go over there and block off the cornerback who was supposed to be covering J.D. White. So good on him.
He was stopped by number 32, Josiah Johnson of the Lions. Bratcher in the shotgun. This time he has Kelly to his left side, twins on either side. There's the snap. He's looking to pass to the left side. The pass is way up in the air. He's got Henry out there. Henry catches that ball, brings it in, and he runs out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Let's see where they place it. The referee's still running back. Nope, he says it's about the 12. It's still a first down, but 12-yard line in Lions territory. That puts the Bruins in the red zone.
Braden Bratcher's putting on a bit of a clinic here. I mean, this is just getting unreal. Like, I've not seen him pass like this all year. I mean, clearly he's shown talent, but not the kind of ball placement that he has tonight.
7:46 remaining in the third quarter. Bratcher in the shotgun. One receiver to the left, 4 to the right. There's the snap. Looking to the right side. The pass is out there. Oh, and it's in and out of the hands of number 10, Andrew Cobb.
Oh, and I'm afraid that's the second one he's dropped tonight, but they've been extremely hard thrown balls. They not been easy to catch, but still ones that he probably should be coming up with. I'm afraid he might have been hearing footsteps.
Bratcher again in the shotgun. They're going to shift it up. What is going on now?
They were going with the screen door formation.
They certainly were. I'm not sure what the flag is for, though. Offsides against the defense. They made the defense jump.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Mid-formation shift,
Right.
And the defense decides to jump. Whatever works.
Right.
Don't think that was intentional. We'll be interested to see if they
That'll-
actually. You know what? Coach Kelly's probably upset because that ruined his shot at
Right.
running that play. Or
You know what?
surprising
The
him with
last
it.
time, that didn't stop him. He just ran it again.
Yeah, that's true.
They did
You're
it
right.
twice in a row. So let's see if they do it anyway. They start out with a traditional formation. Bratcher in the shotgun. He has Mason Cobb to his right. Nope. They're going to snap the ball. He's looking to pass down the right side. He's got someone out there. Henry in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. 7:35 left in the third quarter. And the Bruins strike first in the second half. Bruins lead now 43-8. Go ahead and say it.
Mercy rule.
The sportsmanship rule is now in effect.
Sportsmanship rule.
I mean, if there are any college scouts out there watching this game, or at least watching the highlights from this, I mean, this has just been incredible by Braden Bratcher. Like, just putting these balls perfectly beyond the defender's reach and right in the receiver's hands and on the run every time.
Clay James back to kick the extra point for the Bruins. See if they draw the Lions offsides. This they certainly did. You know, it's really interesting the way that they do it. The entire line of the Bruins, they all kind of lay down there, and it's not quite a 3-point stance. It's a 2-point stance until they all just at the same time, boom, put their hand out for the third point, and that's what draws them off sides.
Well, it kind of reminds me of some of the 80s formations that they run where, the offensive line would get up there and then they'd all, hop
Right.
down at the same time
Yeah.
and then the ball would
And
get
but
snapped.
it's in perfect unison.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's impressive.
Like nice drilling
It shows
ceremonies
a lot
there.
of dedication.
It
yeah,
does.
and
They
work.
decide to go ahead and kick it. They're not going to go for two here. There's the snap. There's the kick. And it's good. The Bruins lead 44-8 with 7:35 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. 7:35 remaining in the third quarter. The Bruins running away with this game 44-8 over the McClellan Crimson Lions. Looking around at the other scores, Wynn 14, Harrison 28 in the fourth quarter. Morrilton 31, Blytheville 0 in the third quarter. And lastly, Little Rock Christian taking the lead 21 at Texarkana 17 in the third quarter. An interesting game going on down at Arkansas High School in Texarkana. Here's Clay James to kick off. The ball was on a tee, standing upright, and the Lions were not prepared for him to kick that one deep. So they're going to receive that one at the 5-yard line and be brought down at the 1 or 2 yard line. Looks like the 2 by number 24 of the Bruins. That's Caleb Nichols.
That was an excellent job by him to get back there and bring him down. That might be the deepest territory or possession that a Bruin opponent has been in all year.
Certainly is. That last scoring drive for the Bruins was a 6-play, 65-yard drive, which resulted in a 7-yard touchdown pass by Braden Bratcher to Hudson Henry. It took 1 minute, 20 seconds off the clock. What a nice crowd out here for the Bruins tonight. They were not put off by the cold at all.
No. Well, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, at least compared to how it was earlier this week.
It's 45 degrees now. There's the snap. Handoff goes to number 6 of the Lions. That's Derek Lloyd Jr. He makes his way just out of the end zone. Looks like a gain of maybe 1.
I mean, they brought him back in the end zone, but his forward progress put him, like you said, just maybe a yard.
Well, actually, I'm looking at the markers on the far side. It looks like he lost a yard.
I didn't think there was a yard to lose, but I guess
either.
so.
It looks like they have the ball at the 1 yard line now, so it's second down and 11 yards to go. They're at the 1 yard line. 7 minutes exactly on the clock in the third quarter. Again, it's a running clock now as we are in the sportsmanship rule. There's the snap. It's number 2 in the end zone. He passes the ball, and it's intended for number 22. That's Brandon Williams, but it sails right way over his head, so he didn't have a chance at that pass.
No, he didn't. And once again, it was a pretty well-designed play, well-drawn-on play, and unfortunately, they just overthrew the intended receiver for him.
That'll bring up third down, 11 yards to go for the Crimson Lions. Their huddle is taking place inside their own end zone.
Right on the U of the Bruins.
Right. Now they whistle the play, so this starts the play clock. 6:07 on the clock remaining in the third quarter. There's the snap. This time it's a quarterback keeper by Jalen Williams. He runs to the right side of the field, but he's forced back in the end zone.
They're giving him forward progress right at that 1 yard line, but it is going to be fourth down and 11 to go. Looks like the punting team is coming on the field.
I can't say I blame them from where they're sitting.
Yeah.
Now here's what's interesting. Their punter has actually been taking more time or more space than he has here.
Yeah.
Normally he actually backed up a little bit more than what he can because he's standing in the end zone almost in the back, almost as far back as he can.
Yeah. Yeah, he's beyond
so
the
I wonder just how comfortable he is kicking from this position.
I don't think anyone's comfortable kicking from that position.
There's the snap. It's bobbled. He had to shift a little bit to the right to actually get the kick off, but the ball falls at about the 28-yard line, and it will roll out of bounds. Nope, didn't quite roll out of bounds, but it was downed by the Lions at the 33-yard line of the Lions. So that's where the Bruins will take their next possession.
And see who comes out on the field. It looks like You got Andrew Cobb out there and Wes Coleman, J.D. White. Bratcher's coming out to lead the charge alongside Jaden Kelly. So it looks like they're going to go with the starters here, but it is only the third quarter. Usually we'll start seeing some changes in the fourth quarter here. So Bratcher's in the shotgun with Jaden Kelly to his right. There's a snap. He pitches it to Merritt Jones, number 4, who runs around the left side, picks up about 7 or 8 yards. It was a little bit of a trickery there because it looked like they were going to run an option to the right with Bratcher and Kelly, and instead Merritt Jones was in motion coming from right to left and found some space on the left side there.
Looks like he was stopped by number 10, Damian Martin Jr. Second down, 4 yards to go for the Bruins. Bratcher in the shotgun. Kelly to his left. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Kelly. He goes right up the middle and is stopped at about the 24-yard line. And that will be third down and inches for the Bruins.
Like to see Bratcher or maybe even Mason Cobb just running up the middle. Right. Yeah, a little keeper action. Nope, looks like Bratcher's going to stay out there.
Bratcher has Kelly right behind him in a tailback position. He has 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Play fake. He's rolling out. There's the pass. It's complete to J.D. White at the 30, at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's still running. Touchdown, J.D. White, Bruins.
I don't think I've seen that play call before. It was a wide receiver screen, but it was a slow developing one.
And what was interesting, he actually ran almost the width of the entire field.
He seriously did.
He went from the near side all the way to the far side before dancing into the end zone.
Well, and blockers just kept materializing. I mean, Wes Coleman was down the field with him. Like I said, it was a slow developing play, and Bratcher was you started seeing rushers getting to Bratcher real quick, and that's usually the sign that hey, they're gonna pass it to someone just a sec. Like it's a little bit of a screen pass, but I did not expect to see it go to J.D. White. I was, figured he'd be looking for Kelly or someone else, but I don't know where J.D. White came from, but it worked.
It certainly did.
For number 3 for him.
The point after attempt is kicked up off the foot of number 8, Clay James. And with 3:34 remaining in the third quarter, the Bruins lead 51-8 over McClellan. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. I want to thank my dad, George Carroll, for spotting for us tonight, giving me a little sass.
Isn't that what he's here for?
Hey, I gave it to him for years. He probably has a stockpile of it to give back. That's fine. Vaughn Seelick is out to kick off for the Bruins. He has the ball on the 40-yard line, upright on a tee, but then he decided, no, wait, I don't like it right there. I'm going to move it 1 foot to the left. Not even kidding. He likes it there instead. Still on a tee, placed upright. There's the kick. It's deep. Well, deep-ish. It's falling right at the 24-yard line. It's fielded by number 1. That's Morgan. Brings the ball up to the 35-yard line where he stopped. Looks like he stopped by number 1, Mason Cobb.
Yep. Yeah, he picked up quite a few yards just running straight forward, seeing what he could find there.
1st and 10 for the Crimson Lions. That last scoring drive for the Bruins was a 3-play, 33-yard drive that resulted in a 24-yard touchdown pass from Braden Bratcher to J.D. White. It took 1:29 off the clock. Thank you, Brooks Beasley.
Looking on here, looks like we still got the starters in here. See Clinton Wilson and Trent Sawyer out there. Blake Titus is out there. Good to see him out there after he had to come off with arm injury. Whatever it was, he seems to have shaken off. Zach White's out there. Am I seeing that correctly? Number 15, Zach White.
Yeah, that's Zach White.
No. Yeah, that's 15. Zach White. Good to see him out there. I thought
No
he
doubt.
was
I
injured.
thought he was out.
Yeah, there had been.
He was injured a couple of weeks ago.
And there comes the starters have come out. Looks like second strings out there. A whole mass of them. Layton Smith's out there.
Got about a little more than a 40-point lead. I think you can handle it. That's number 1 receives that snap. Morgan, he passes across to the right side, and that's Broderick. Let's see, I'm not sure. Broderick Lacey, who was the receiver, he got the ball right back up to the original line of scrimmage. He's stopped by number 46, J.P. Cady.
Yeah, I did a good job of getting back there and keeping that play from developing any further than it had. Hunter Nay's out there. So we got Drew Johnson's out there, cornerback. Oh,
That snap, whoa, a little shoving after the play
yeah.
from number 51
Well,
of the
number
Lions,
1
Jalen Harris.
overthrew his intended receiver, number 22. That was Brandon Williams. He actually was not turned around by the time the ball got to him, and he turned around to see a whiz by the other way. So.
It's interesting. If you look
That's
out there, you
awesome.
see the Cady brothers out there on defense together.
That's awesome.
So that's always fun. Josh and J.P. Cady. There's the pass from number 1. That was from Morgan. It was intended for number 4, Caleb Hendricks, but again, sailed over his head. It looks like that's one of the problems that Morgan has, and he's very strong at running the ball, and they have some good wide receivers, some very good running backs. But passing is just not their game.
No. Well, Luke Witham there was on the rush the pass there, did a good job of getting on the quarterback and actually brought him down. Thankfully, it wasn't too far after the pass was made, so he didn't get a flag on him.
So the Bruins now take possession at the Crimson Lions 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 37 seconds and counting on the game, on the clock here in the third quarter.
The starters are out there except Nolan Bruffett is in there.
There's the snap, goes directly to Kelly. He's going to take it and run across the 35-yard line. He'll get another extra 2 yards before he's pushed backwards. So they'll spot that one at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 yards.
And now the starters are coming off.
Now all of the offensive starters come off the field. And
Trace Hawkins, Dane Warburton out there. Dylan Allison's in.
Mentioned earlier Chase McCarver's mom. She's watching tonight. We are thinking about you. So that's the end of the third quarter. Bruins lead this one 51-8 over McClellan. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. The Bruins lead 51-8 over McClellan. Bruins have the ball. Second down, 7 yards to go. There's the snap. Little pitch goes to 24, Caleb Nichols. He's brought down by the jersey at about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of about, nope, that's no gain at all. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Maybe a one-yard loss on the play, actually. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, and you like to see the starters get some play time here.
So you have number 16, Nolan Bruffett, in the shotgun. He has Caleb Nichols to his left side, twins on either side. There's the snap. He's looking to the left side to pass. There's the pass, and I'm not sure who that was intended for. It gets caught about 5 yards out of bounds.
Well, and yeah, I think there was some confusion before that play started. Caleb Nichols wasn't sure where he was supposed to go, and Nolan Bruffett clearly wasn't quite sure where the ball was supposed to go. So now he's looking to the sideline for the next play. Coach Kelly's trying to let him know what to do. 18 seconds left on the play clock. Hunter Pye is under center.
That's another good one to see out there. Hunter has had a tough time health-wise in the last several years. Gone through a lot. Had some really tough times. Had several surgeries, and was able to actually come back out and play his senior year. And just to be in there in the playoffs right now, I'm sure he's loving it. He's worked a lot, worked real hard, and has been a member of the team for several years now, but only recently was able to get back out on the field under the Friday night lights.
Good to see him out there.
It certainly is. Glad that he's made a full
wish him the
recovery.
best, yeah.
Always good to hear from his dad, Glenn Pye, who is a law enforcement officer, and he was recently recognized for his efforts in service to the public. 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and Chris Amsler is rick-rolling the audience here at Joe B. Hatcher Stadium.
As one does.
that's what you do, isn't it?
I mean, if you have control of the music,
right, that's what you
got
do.
an audience.
Once again, folks, send us your thoughts. Tell us what you think about this game, as well as what do you think we're going to see next week. Our text line, 501-570-6464. Here comes the snap to Bruffett. He's looking to pass, backing up. There's the pass. It's complete to Caleb Nichols back at the 35-yard line. He's at the 25-yard line, and he makes his way up to the 21-yard line before being slung down by number 15, Jordan Harris. That's going to be a first down for the Bruins. I had to look back and see what this arrows.
I was saying this way. They're going this way. They're moving, and then. Oh no, he did a little skip there. It was almost like he just kind of floated for a split second before being brought down.
As one does. There's the snap to Bratcher. He hands off this time to. Wow, I couldn't even see it before he was gone. That's Dylan Allison.
Yep.
Runs out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Yep.
Lose a
yard.
Well, I would have thought it was at the 21, but looking across at the sidelines.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they started at the 23.
It didn't move from there either.
No change. So it's 2nd and 10. Bruffett in the shotgun. Hands off to Nichols.
Oh.
Runs right up the middle, but he gets met immediately by a den of Lions.
That was number 52 initially on the tackle, Caleb Wade. He's 6'2", 227-pound defensive lineman.
It's not Justin Randall?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at 53. Yeah, you're right. That's Justin Randall.
There we go. And Nathan Cooper as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised they aren't giving Bruffett some more chances to throw the ball. He actually has a better completion percentage than Bratcher. Maybe not after tonight, but
well, and I wonder. I've seen that before, and I wonder if that's just because he doesn't throw as many passes as Bratcher does. There's the snap to Bruffett. He's looking to the right side to pass. He's got it up in the air, and it's caught by Nichols at the 21-yard line. That'll at least be a gain of 2. That'll bring up 4th down and about 9 yards to go.
Yeah, that was an extremely risky pass there, but
it certainly was. He was in a lot of coverage.
Good on Nichols to come up with the ball and pick up what yardage he did.
8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The clock is ticking away.
Yeah, they're staying out there to go for it on 4th down and long.
Pulaski Academy leads 51-8 over McClellan. The sportsmanship rule is in effect. Nolan Bruffett in the shotgun. He has one receiver to the right, 4 to the left. There's the snap. He's rolling to the left side. There's the pass, and it's caught. I believe that's Nichols. No, that's number 2. That's Jack Polk out there at about the 3-yard line. Nope, they're going to put him down at about the 5. Nope, the 7. They keep moving it around. The 6. There we go. Place the ball down at the 7-yard line. That'll bring up 1st down and 10 and goal. So first
words.
and goal.
No
That's no
words.
words. I don't know what to say about that.
They're the first and goal from about the 6-yard line.
There's the snap to Bruffett. He hands off immediately to number
74.
74. That's what I thought it said.
You did
Luke
see
Hall.
some.
Luke
didn't it?
Hawes with the carry.
They sniffed that one out.
Luke Hawes, of course, a senior. They're trying to let him carry one into the end zone
Well,
like they have before with the other offensive linemen.
Yeah, he actually tried to take at least one defender in there with him, but
Those lovely locks of hair. You see that? He's got
amazing.
He's got a nice little.
amazing.
I tell you.
He takes that after his brother. His brother kind of was the same way.
He started that a couple of years ago on the baseball field.
Did
and
he?
I would mention it every once in a while to him. It was quite fun. Here comes Bruffett, has a man in motion. There's the snap. He's going to pass it to the left side to Dylan Allison. He's at the 10, at the 5. He's in the end zone. Dylan Allison, touchdown Bruins. 6:34 on the clock. The Bruins lead now 57-8 over McClellan. Let's look at the other scores real quick. Little Rock Christian, 28 at Texarkana, 17 in the third quarter. Morrilton, 31. Blytheville, 14 in the fourth quarter. And here's the one we're looking at. Wynn, 14 at Harrison, 49 in the fourth quarter. I know I did the exact same thing that Holt just did. Well, as I said that score, I look back at our scoreboard and I'm thinking, wow, that looks actually kind of similar.
It does. Well, they have a sportsmanship rule in place now.
They
So
certainly do. That is going to be a fun game next
it will
week.
be.
I've been admiring their stats all year long.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see them play. Here's Von Seelig for the extra point attempt. There's the snap. There's the kick. And it is good. So now the Bruins lead 58-8. They're up by 50 points exactly. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer.
I'm going to figure out who that quarterback is for Harrison. Since
Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. That last scoring drive was a 10-play, 35-yard drive that resulted in a 9-yard touchdown pass from Nolan Bruffett to Dylan Allison. It took 6 minutes, 31 seconds off the play clock. 5:59 minutes remaining in the game. 5:59 remaining in the game. 5 hours, 59 minutes.
Yeah.
No, just under 6 minutes remaining. The Bruins lead by 50 points, 58-8 over McClellan. This game started out like it was not going to be a runaway for the Bruins, but it has finished that way for certain. There's Clay James kicking the ball off to the Lions. They've received it at the 10-yard line. That's carried by number, no, that's not 19. Who is
We got
that?
a fumble on the plate.
The Bruins say they have it. Let's see what the referee says.
Bruins have it.
Yes, they do. After the not onside kick.
not onside, yes.
He kicked it deep. He was received around the 10-yard line. He ran it up to just inside the 30. But after the fumble, it was recovered by the Bruins. So they'll have the ball at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. That was Mason Cobb who forced that fumble.
Well, and Nolan Bruffett's back out there. It looks like he's gonna have number 22, Carter Beerbaum, back there in the shotgun with him.
He has twins on either side. Snap goes to Carter Beerbaum. No, it goes over his shoulder. Oh, my goodness. And after the fumble, the Lions recovered that one. So now they have the ball back on the Bruins' 41-yard line.
I mean, that snap was just a little bit high.
It was. It went right over his left shoulder.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was a snap that was intended, used to snapping it to Bruffett or Bratcher, who are a little taller.
Here's the replay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
just
was not in
recovered
the
there
numbers.
by number 7, Tyler Ashford. Good job to him for keeping an eye out and knowing what was going on.
Yep.
5:18 remaining and counting.
Yep. Despite the turnover, the clock does continue to tick.
That's right. With the sportsmanship rule in effect, the clock will only stop under certain conditions: scores, official timeouts, injuries. There's a few others. And we have some whistles coming in. There's a flag prior to the snap. I'm not quite sure. I missed the call. Oh, it was delay of game against the Lions.
It's interesting. And the clock's still ticking. I mean,
So now the ball is at the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for McClellan. 4.5 minutes remaining.
Oh.
Harrison Goblins winning tonight over Wynn, 49-14 final score. So they will be coming to Pulaski Academy next week.
It's a nice little drive down from the Ozarks.
I guess we'll see a repeat of last year's ball game, and against the Bruins and Harrison.
That's right.
Oh, was that on the way to the?
That was last year on the way to the finals.
Semifinals or quarterfinals or
semifinals, I believe.
2nd down and 10 for the Lions. Handoff goes to, no, that's number 4 with the carry. Well, they are good at misdirection. That's Caleb Hendricks. He's brought down after the first down at about the 44-yard line. They'll move the chains. He's stopped by number 29, Richard Griffith, and number 35, Hunter Ney.
So now, oh wait, 40. Who's 46? JP Katie. He had a cast on.
He did. Yeah, he was telling me about that the other day at Holiday House, of all things. There's the snap. Number 15 is to pass, and it was intended for number 11, I believe that is, of the Crimson Lions, Broderick Lacey, but it was broken up
By Drew Johnson.
Drew Johnson.
Yep.
Good job by him.
Yeah, but he probably should have come up with the interception, but
He got his hands on it, and I know
that's why he plays defense.
Right. That's one of the things I'm hearing, and I'm hearing echoes of practices in this season where I hear Coach Madison Taylor, Coach Madison Taylor saying, if you can touch it, you can catch it. Come on. So there's the snap again. That's Jordan Harris looking to pass.
Oh, that's a flag.
That's going to be passing interference against number 30. Is that right?
Either Drew Johnston or, number 30, Zarius Woods out there.
It's not Azarius.
Is it?
No, it's 20.
20, yeah. I was about to say,
That's Landon Smith.
That's Landon Smith, right.
I hope they wouldn't have Woods out there if
No.
he's sick playing. Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
Let's see. The Patties cheering from home. Go Bruins. Always good to hear from the Patties.
Let's see if-
Hope y'all are doing well. Haven't seen you in a while.
If you want to give us your post-game thoughts at 501-570-6464, you can shoot us a text. Let us know what you think of this game or next week's game.
Here's Jordan Harris under center. He's going to keep it this time and run right through the middle and stop at the 25-yard line.
It's going to be a Thanksgiving weekend game.
It certainly will, and we have that every single year.
And
I don't think we haven't had a year where we didn't have a Thanksgiving
weekend
week
day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, day
game.
after Thanksgiving.
Presumably,
game.
it's going to be on
in
a
several
Friday.
years. Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Yeah, it's on Friday.
It's going to be a Friday. Yep. So.
Yeah, this has been 5 years in a row now.
At least. Yeah.
Oh, there's a fumble.
It was recovered by the Lions. It was right after the snap that kind of dropped it, and it was picked up, and he tried to pick it up and keep running with it, but he was already so close to the ground it was an easy stop. So they'll place the ball at the 26-yard line, again in Bruins territory.
We got freshmen just came in.
Yes, we do.
Do we have our freshman list? I saw number
they're
44 out there.
Yeah, 44 is Joseph Osment.
Number 14. No, wait, no. I saw that wrong. Number 56.
Here's number 15, Jordan Harris, under center, has a man in motion. There's the snap. Pass lateral across to number 1, Morgan. He's going to pass it forward, and it's intercepted by the Bruins. Let's see. I'm sure he was called down after he caught that pass. How is he not? He had the ball and he was laying on his back.
I'm not sure if he had full control of it, but
he was on his back, and and number 2, Jalen Williams, pushed it out. Popeye's telling me he was bobbling the ball. I don't know.
I mean, he is the cameraman.
I want to see the replay on that because I call shenanigans. I call shenanigans.
So let's see here. Who just came out there?
I called it. Here's the replay. Let's take a look.
Ben Smiley's out there, number 56.
Here's the replay. He has the ball right there against his hip. He's got it in his chest.
Ooh.
Oh, and it did come out. Okay, well, you're right. He didn't have control. All right. There's the snap. Looking to pass. That's Jordan Harris with the carry. He's running the right side of the field. That's the end of the game, but he's still moving. He's at the 20, at the 15. He pushes someone down at the 10, at the 5. He's in there. That's a touchdown at the very end of the game.
Wow.
No. The head official says no. That does not count. He was in the end zone, hit the pylon and everything, and one of the other officials did signal a touchdown. Now, during the play, I want to back up. During the play, the horn did blow, marking the end of regulation game. But he made his way across and knocked over the pylon. I'm going to guess what happened is he stepped out of bounds as he knocked over the pylon or just before.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the game.
There we go.
Our final score, Pulaski Academy Bruins 58, Crimson Lions of McClellan 8. Bruins running away with this one. They're going next week. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be right back here facing off with Harrison, who just defeated Wynn. Harrison 49, Wynn 14. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break, cover this game, and look at some others around. You're listening to Bruin Football on 101.1 FM, The Answer. Welcome back to Pulaski Academy. Let's go right down to the field where Kevin Kelly is making his post-game remarks to the team.
Really happy for our seniors. You know, you guys have had to deal with people talking about losing a lot of talent, which we did, and losing a great senior class, which we did. And you guys just keep every week getting better, improving, and leading, and doing the things we need to do as a football team. I'm very proud that we get to move on and practice another week for Thanksgiving. And yes, moms and parents, we will practice on Thanksgiving morning at 9:30. So it'll be 9:30 to 10:30. But we don't, you know, some people end up sending me dirty emails not liking that, but we need to be proud of that. That's something teams aspire practice on Thanksgiving, make it that far. And I'm proud of our guys for making it that far, and I'm proud of them for doing it year in, year out. And we got to work around it, do some family stuff different and all that, but the goal is to win the state championship, and you've got to go through Thanksgiving to do that, and that's just the way it is. But we will practice 9:30 to 10:30 on Thanksgiving. Next week, all week, we're going to practice at 2:30. Okay, we'll go 2:30, get a little earlier start, get you out of there, and then we'll take it from there. Pay attention to the weather, dress accordingly, all those kinds of things. A lot of guys got beat up because McClellan hits. Take care of your bumps, bruises, and make sure I and Todd know where you stand and what's going on so we can plan appropriately this weekend. Thanks so much for everybody that came out. I know it's a holiday week, and a lot of people are gone out of town. I thank your support for being here, our student section, spirit squads, and all the support, just fans that come out to watch. Because I know it'd be easy to just pack it up and go on down to the family, but I appreciate you supporting our football team. I want to say a special thanks to you guys for just continuing to push through the snow. First snow practice I've had in 41 years of organized football. That was rough, it got cold. But through snow, through heat, through whatever, and you guys deserve to win and deserve a chance to win the state championship. Couldn't be more proud. I want to say a special thank you to, and we're got a special song to Alicia Castleberry, our Dean of Students. It's her birthday this weekend. She is as helpful to all of our students and so many of our students as anybody on our campus. And she's up there with Ms. Watts and what she does for our kids. So we want to sing happy birthday to her.
All right, let's go ahead and bring that down. Make sure, yeah, we're still connected here. Make sure I didn't bump the, the transmitter here. Well, folks, that was an exciting game for certain, and it was. I expected, honestly, it to be a lot closer. And like you said, Brooks, at the very beginning of the game, it was smash mouth football at its finest.
That's what I thought. So, at the end of the first quarter, it was 8-8, and it looked like they were just both of them standing up there taking punches.
Yep.
And but after that, it was all Bruins. We've got a rundown by quarter. Let's see. Well, anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later. But as far as total offense goes, we have a total of 471 yards, combined passing and rushing. We have a total of 102 rushing, 369 passing. So it's a little bit below the average that we've been having for previous games, but still that's a good number. And Bratcher had 6 touchdowns passing tonight, so that's outstanding. I did think he had a lot of heat on the ball tonight. Maybe threw some of the passes a little hard early in the ball game. They were missing it, but that was very evident when one of the McClellan players' pass went in his hands, and he didn't know what he had, and he dropped it. But anyway, Braden's done an outstanding job this year so far.
He really has. He stepped up into that position well, and he didn't get as many snaps in that position last year as a lot of incoming quarterbacks do, and the fact that he's done so well this year is really a credit to him and his hard work in getting ready for this season.
Yeah, he's really stepped it up, and he took a guy's place that the state leader as far as passing goes. So,
right.
He had some big shoes to fill, and he's certainly taking care of that. As I mentioned a while ago, by quarter, 8-8 at the end of the first quarter, and from then on it was all Bruins. Second quarter, it was 29-0 as scoring, 14-0 in third quarter, and 7 in the fourth quarter for the Bruins. So we have a total of 58 total points to 8 for McClellan.
Want to thank everyone who wrote in tonight, both on via text message and on Twitter. Say hello one more time to the Woods family. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Isaiah certainly makes us proud. He does a great job out there, and for toughing it out while out there and helping out the team, being sick as he is, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we certainly missed him on the offensive side of the ball tonight, running the ball, and we hope he gets over his illness and is full speed next week, because we're certainly going to need him against Harrison.
No doubt. Looking at earlier in the season, I was looking at the stats for Harrison and was just floored by their offensive stats. They've got a quarterback that will rival Braden Bratcher and is not afraid to throw it. I need to go back and look at some of their film to make sure, but again, they know what they're doing, and they've gotten this far in the season not by accident. So next week's game here at Pulaski Academy against the Harrison Goblins is going to be another great game to watch.
If it's the same quarterback they had last year, he's a real tall fella, and I thought he had a good arm last year. I think the difference this year for the game will be last year their star running back, I think his name is Husky, was out of the game, and so I think he'll be available. So it's going to be a different ball game.
So is that the quarterback you're looking at?
This is the running back that he was just talking about, Gabe Husky, who has, not counting tonight's game, 1,739 yards rushing.
Wow. That's incredible.
And
rushing, not passing, rushing.
Rushing, yeah, rushing. I don't know how many touchdowns. I can't find it here, but yeah, he's a 6 foot, 170-pound junior who.
Yeah, that's right. He was a 10th grader last year.
8.2 yards per carry. He's averaging 158 yards a game.
Look down here on the 50-yard line, guys. Just to interrupt for a second. I wonder if we can get a shot of that there at the 50-yard line. You've got Hudson Henry in uniform, but he's wearing this hat that the gentleman he was talking to just gave him. He's it's like a cowboy hat, but with a coonskin cap on top of it. So it's got a nice coonskin tail.
It's not a pilgrim hat, though. That's what I was.
I don't know. That's
now I had never seen that before.
He's getting pictures taken in it. That's a fun hat. Anyway. Lots of great football to look forward to still in this one. Tell us, who did you pick for your Bear Claws this week?
Well, the offense is a pretty easy one. Braden Bratcher put on just an incredible performance. I did a quick calculation, and he had 146.1 passer rating, which is just absurd.
Yeah, it is.
And you said he had 5 touchdowns and then the 1 rushing touchdown. So he combined for 6 touchdowns tonight. 5 passing, 1 rushing. On the defensive side, it was kind of a team effort, but I feel like the momentum shift came with Fuda Shinkawa. They were getting around the corner, getting around the edge every time, and I think that was kind of the shift that they made, which is to put him on the edge and make sure that you have your fastest guy there to chase down number 1, Xavier Morgan, who extremely fast player, and you needed someone to contain him like that.
That's one of the things. I was talking to Jeremy Muck from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette before the game today, and he told me up front. He's like, watch for Xavier Morgan. He's fast. He's got running backs that can move quickly, and he's not afraid to carry the ball himself, and that's exactly what we saw out of this Crimson Lions team.
Yeah, early in the game, I was really impressed with their speed and quickness. I thought, the Bruins are going to be in for it tonight.
Well, and you see a team that shows up with the size that they have, and you don't expect them to be able to move. We look back at Alma last week. That's kind of what we saw with them. They were large guys, but they couldn't. They didn't have much speed, but they could grind it out and get those 2, 3, 4 yards that add up to 10 and get that first down. But that's the Crimson Lions obviously came tonight with the talent they needed to actually give PA a good game. And the score doesn't reflect that necessarily, but they really did. They should be proud of themselves and hold their heads high.
Well, and I also want to go ahead and give a nod to Savannah Goodwin. She had 2 really, really well-placed onside kicks. The second one they jumped on before it could take the big hop. That's the first time we've seen an opposing team get smart enough to realize, hey, this isn't going to turn out well for us if we don't go ahead and try to recover the ball right now.
Right.
Oh, I just lost my train.
Sorry.
That's it. You're done.
You were reliving that onside kick. That's what.
Well, it was a high hopper, and those are really tough to get.
That's the whole point. Yeah, that's the whole point.
You bet. And also early on the ball game, Bruins score quick. And it takes a lot out of the other team, and that's what
demoralizes them.
That's what happened tonight.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, one more thing we had from Norisha Woods. She tells me that Isaiah Woods is
I think that was
big brother. Big brother for Isarius Woods. He was here tonight to watch little brother play. Maybe next week. So we hope so too. So. Is that it? Everybody have any final words? You're done? That's it.
I'm ready for round 3.
Round
semifinals
3.
Next week.
Right back here, Friday night, 7 p.m. Whether you're home, away, different state, visiting family, wish everyone a happy holidays. If you're traveling somewhere, please travel safely.
Bring some leftovers.
Sure, bring us some leftovers Friday night. We'll be here. We will, again, have this game online at PulaskiAcademy.org/PA Live, also at 101.1 FM. And you can listen in on iHeartRadio at 101.1 FM, The Answer. Just search it. You'll find it there. For tonight, Bruins running away with this game, 58 to McClellan's 8. That's it for us. Good night, good luck, and 73.